It's the chase. It's the scruffy city. Listen to his friends, and his friends are on WKGN. I'm always taking your calls on the Tennessee Vols. It's the chase. It's the chase. It's the chase.
All right, Knoxville, the chase is on this Thursday afternoon, September 4th, 2025, right here in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios, coming to you live from Knoxville, Tennessee, where I am joined alongside Saturday Down South's Ethan Stone, as he is here every Thursday from 1 to 3, right here on Fan Run Radio, Fox Sports Knoxville, 105.7 FM, 1340 AM, and always streaming for free on that Fan Run Radio app. Thank you for making the chase part of your daily listen. We've also got Alex Sarkis back here on these Thursdays, along with Brett Hoolander, still recovering from how we wrapped up yesterday's show. But a lot of folks enjoyed the back and forth with Sylvia, myself versus Brett and Garrett to put a bow on yesterday's episode, which you can go check out on Apple, Spotify, SoundCloud, or wherever you get your podcasts. You can listen to yesterday's last half hour on demand, which was fantastic radio. So good job by you, Brett Hoolander, who is back.
Great job by you guys with that bit.
It was unbelievable stuff. Sylvia and I were growing stronger as the bit wore on and on and on, and it was a great time.
I'm surprised he knew his history from 1900 just off the top of his head like that. And the way you can type so fast as a different person is just crazy.
Sylvia is actually like 100 words a minute typer. He was showing me during the breaks. Like Ryan Sylvia is he's elite when it comes to typing. That's not my deal. Not in my carpal tunnel era. That's it's not how it works for me. But we've got Ethan Stone, who I imagine, because Ethan types a lot of words. I feel like you're a fast typer, Ethan.
Yeah, I haven't checked words per minute, but I consider myself a pretty fast typer.
Yeah, you'd be in my top two. I would say you and Sylvia, based on what we know here. I would definitely throw you in that mix. Alex, are you a fast typer?
I've never tested it either, but did you guys like learn how to type in elementary school and stuff? Yeah, I still type with two fingers, just like this. I look like a 5-year-old, but
no, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
I watch him. Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like one finger at a time? Like
I mean, yeah, I don't do like I'm
he
like
doesn't do this.
Pointer finger.
You don't do pointer fingers.
Yeah, I do.
Don't you write for the Daily Beacon?
I do write for the Daily Beacon.
How long do they give you to file these columns?
Because hey, I write the Gamer almost every week for football. It's out right as the game ends.
But you're doing it with the one finger at a time.
Approach.
What would be impressive if he was hovering around like 60, 70 words per minute like that, and he's just not telling us.
That would be. I mean,
I've never had an issue with it.
That's jarring.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're doing over there, Brett, because if he's over here doing one at a time for the good folks on YouTube, Fan Run Sports right there, I mean, I just can only imagine what that looks like sitting next to him, because that would be, as someone who is easily distracted.
I see Garrett do it too. I feel like when he's...
Is it a young person thing? Is it a Gen Z thing?
Yeah, I think it is. There's a lot. I would say almost everybody.
Interesting.
In my generation types with one. Like I'm pretty sure all the other Beacon. Trevor types with one finger too.
I wonder if it's because you grew up with smartphones, and that's also that you're doing this with the thumbs.
Yeah,
that you're used to just using one finger or one thumb, whatever, to type. Because we didn't. I mean, obviously, like I think Brett, you and I are closer in age, where we didn't grow up with smartphones, obviously,
right.
And then we learned cursive, writing our papers by hand for the majority. This is a good question. I don't know when I started writing papers on a computer, but I would say junior year, maybe. Sophomore year? It was a bit.
I'm surprised kids know how to write, to be honest, considering there's laptops in school now.
Yeah.
Like my daughter never has stuff she has to write out. Like she'll have to write out some math, but like everything else, even in class, is all on computer now. Like,
interesting.
So she's a pretty good typer, and things like that when she's typing papers. And I mean, I remember handwriting like 3 pages, when I was
100%.
I was growing up, things like that. But yeah, it's crazy this day and age. All the notes are on their computer, and it's just crazy. Different age now.
Well, and what's interesting too is I don't know. Are any of y'all lefties?
I'm not.
Lefty. No. Okay, so I'm the only lefty here. Here's the big winner for the computer laptop era of writing papers. Is you don't get the lead stain going down your left hand if you're a lefty. Like
It's true.
I would have so much pencil lead like on my pinky finger and down my hand after every long assignment, SATs, anything, because you got to grow across your body. So they also don't make left-handed desks. That was always something that drove me nuts. Is there's no budget for lefty desks. They're all built for right-handed people. This whole world is built for right-handed people, and there's enough of us now that we should be getting at least like 5 desks per classroom. That should be part of it, because you should expect somewhere around 5, maybe more. Mm-hmm. But there are dozens of us, in the words of Arrested Development and Tobias Funke. But unfortunately, we don't get the respect that we deserve.
Well, they don't make do they still do the desk where it's like flips up?
Ooh, I don't know.
Because now whenever I go to like, school night for my daughter, it's all like square or tables. So it's not even like where you have to worry about if you're left or right-handed. It's acclimated to everybody that comes in the classroom.
This is jarring. School has changed a lot since it's been a bit. And now I just imagine like going back in with if my wife and I have one, we're just like, what is this? Like what's happened? What is this place?
Crazy. Yeah.
That's crazy. Well, Ethan Stone, as we kick things off here, JP Shabazz, 4-star offensive tackle from North Carolina. He ends up flipping. Kamari Blair flipped from South Carolina to Tennessee. JP Shabazz flips from Tennessee to North Carolina. Another summer flip from Tennessee to North Carolina, joining Carson Snead for the Tar Heels.
They needed help.
Hey, they're starting a 3-star true freshman who was like, West Virginia's not going to work for me. And then he goes to North Carolina. So North Carolina needs some help in a lot of ways. But, I mean, hey, it's a good pickup for North Carolina. JP Shabazz, he's a North Carolina kid. And, look, I think it's getting harder and harder to stack blue-chip tackle talent in particular. And Tennessee still got 2, 1 5-star in Gabriel Osinda, and then 1 4-star in Kamari Blair from the in-state. So, I mean, like I said, it's not a big deal. Tennessee has been on an absolute recruiting heater. Yes, you would like to keep JP Shabazz in the class, and who knows? Probably not flipping back and forth multiple times, but does Tennessee target somebody else to flip in the 4-star ranks here in this fall with senior tape? Because senior tape is in full bloom for a lot of Tennessee targets and things like that. You saw Dwan Morris flip from USC to Tennessee in the fall last cycle, and you never know. So never say never that Tennessee is done on the offensive lineman capacity, but they're pretty loaded in terms of young offensive line talent in the chamber here. So I think they'll be just fine. But Ethan Stone, the biggest Tennessee football take that has changed from you from week 1 ahead of week 2 against ETSU is what?
Yeah, I had to sit and think about this for a while because honestly, and I don't want this to come off like I'm patting myself on the back, but I feel like it went about how I expected. Like, Joey looked honestly a little better than I thought he would. The run game was really good. Offensive line was good. The secondary was good. Ty Redmond stepped up in a major way. I don't think I was expecting that, but I didn't really give a take about that. So I'd say the one that I think I was a little off on was I thought the tight ends would have more of a presence in the passing game. And Tennessee did play a lot of 12 personnel, I think, more than they did in years past. But I feel like it was more used with Miles Kitchelman and Ethan Davis's strength as run blockers. Like, I don't think Ethan Davis caught a pass. Kitchelman had 2 receptions, if I remember correctly. Obviously, had the touchdown at the end of the game. But Davis was in there a lot, and he honestly did really well as a run blocker. That surprised me that they'd go to 12 personnel, but not quite use it as an offensive weapon, as like putting them down the field and having to be threats as a receiver, but instead just using it in the run game. And obviously that's not a new concept in football or anything like that. But I think I expected a little more from the tight ends in the passing game, and not to say that that's a bad thing. I mean, Tennessee moved the ball well. Joey moved the ball well, and they finished drives in the end zone. So it's hard to complain too much about stuff like that. But that is something that I think surprised me just a little bit. Is you go to 12 personnel, but you don't really use them too much in the passing game.
Yeah, I don't think that's going anywhere. And part of it is because you have a true freshman right tackle in David Sanders. You threw out Jesse Perry this last week with David Sanders being a late scratch. I think you're going to see more of it. I think because you're so thin at receiver, you're going to see more of it. You don't want to throw the young true freshman out there too much. I think Tennessee found something they like with the 12 personnel looks, and they also added new wrinkles where you were able to throw the ball a whole lot more. Like that Braylon Staley 73-yard touchdown reception, that was in 12 personnel. There were 2 wide receivers on the field in that spot. So Tennessee showed that they can still create big chunk plays even in 12 personnel. And when you have as much talent as they do in that spot, I think a lot of fans looked at that as like, hey, if we play it a lot, then that means we're going to target it a lot. But that's maybe just more matchup dependent and how the game flow is dependent going on for the Vols. And for me, I don't know if that will be the trend. I've said for this last offseason, Ethan, is that like if Miles Kitselman or Ethan Davis lead Tennessee in receiving one game, I'd probably say Tennessee didn't win that football game. And that's just kind of how this offense is built, is that I think Kitselman led Tennessee in receiving against Arkansas, if I remember correctly, maybe Georgia too, and Tennessee did not win those games. So when you look at how the season's going to go ultimately, yes, you want to get the Titans involved. Yes, you want to continue to thrive in 12 personnel. But ultimately, that's like it's the cherry on top to a really efficient Heupel offense. Like that cannot be the bread and butter. That's an additive to what you're doing in the passing game, what you're doing with the receivers, what you're doing with the running backs and all that. So I don't know. I think there'll be some games where Kitselman or Ethan Davis might lead Tennessee in receiving, and who knows? Maybe Tennessee will be fine. We'll find ways to still win those football games when that's the case. But ultimately, 12 personnel is not going anywhere for the Vols, and nor should it, because Ethan Davis, he didn't pop in receptions, but he had a lot of pancakes in that game, and he's definitely come a long way as a blocker coming out of there. Collins Hill, where he was kind of a hybrid receiver tight end, and it's taken him time to get acclimated and everything else. Former 4-star kid, played Travis Hunter down there with the Eagles. Their head football coach, Drew Swick, he's also a Tennessee fan. So shout out to him getting Ethan Davis over here in the orange and white. But yeah, I don't know. I think Tennessee will continue to emphasize 12 personnel. I think we'll get a whole lot more Deshaun Brame and Jack Van Dorselaer on Saturday, because we did not see much Brame at all this week, but they should get a lot of run against ETSU, because I think you want to protect Kitselman and Ethan Davis, because they're going to be big factors on the offensive line to help David Sanders and Lance Hurd and company when Georgia comes to town the following week. You're going to need every last bit of offensive line help, and they obviously used a bunch of 12 personnel last year in Athens against the Dogs. So for me, you got to keep those guys healthy, and you need to give Brame and Van Dorselaer a whole heck of a lot of run against the Bucks on Saturday, right?
Yeah, I'd say so. And also, I feel like it's worth it to mention also just how well Braylon Staley did in this game. And you mentioned a little bit as a blocker. He did well blocking out wide as a receiver. And obviously, I feel like him stepping up makes it less so that Tennessee has to rely on tight ends as pass catchers. Because that was another thing I thought in the offseason is, if a wide receiver doesn't really present himself in week one as a trustworthy target, then Kitselman, the senior leader, and what we've heard coming out of camp from Brame and Dorselaer and Davis is that maybe they could step up. And Saturday, I feel like a better way to say what I said earlier was it showed that I don't think that's necessarily needed, right? Because I think Staley played well. I think Tennessee could see a little more from Matthews and Brazel, but I think I have trust that at least the latter will figure out the drops and that whole situation. At the end of the day, I think Mike Matthews will improve as the season goes along as well. So I liked what I saw from the receiver tandem as well.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really strong there, and I'm just not worried. They're healthy. They're fine. Braylon Staley looked good. Mike Matthews looked good. Brazel, he just kind of is what he is, which is solid. But
for one game, you're not worried about the offense. I think the talking point's all defense on this one.
Yes.
Yeah. You gave up 26 points to I don't know where you put their offense totally, but I think the way you got kind of whipped up front on the defensive line was very telling.
Yeah.
So that's a concern with some of the stuff you got moving down the line.
We also had some crazy stuff as I was doing all my reading over there. Some of it was Buck's dugout and watching stuff, but it's been a good week for Alex Sarkis.
It's been an unbelievable week.
The Dodgers can't get out of their own way. I had to mention that at the top of the show here because, shout out to my new guy, Kim, for the Braves, who's just the future MVP for the Atlanta Braves in 2026.
First home run from a shortstop in a year, they said?
Oh, it's been a long time. But he opened it up. It's been a long time since his first. The Braves have had a shortstop that opened up with a dinger. But, yeah, over there beating the Cubs, Ryan Shepherd's Cubs last night. You got to take the little wins, but Scott Boras' client, we'll see how that unfolds.
36 one-run losses for us, I think, this year.
Yeah.
The Pirates have more.
That's terrible.
Well, the Pirates are over here just smashing the Dodgers, which is just crazy town.
The Pirates have shut out 17 teams this year.
Yeah.
They've also been shut out the most in the league. It's unbelievable. But yeah, they go for the sweep. Skeens Day. My favorite day of the week. So
my fantasy team likes it, except he doesn't get the win ever. But.
No. Well, he's going to, if they win today, if he gets the win today, he's above 500.
Okay, there we go.
It'd be 10-9.
Okay. I love it. When we come back, we'll continue the Tennessee conversation and also do some NFL Week 1 we'll do some week 1 conversations, preview, predictions, all that good stuff, because NFL is back tonight. Cowboys, Eagles on Thursday night, and the NFL is back, which is great because the week 2 college football slate is not. Stick with us. It's The Chase right here on Fan Run Radio, Fox Sports Knoxville, 105.7 FM, 1340 AM, and always streaming for free on that Fan Run Radio app.
Take Fan Run Radio with you on the all-new Fan Run app. Just search for Fan Run Radio wherever you download your apps.
The number one problem we see at our clinic is delaying treatment. ED can get worse.
Book your appointment right now. Call 865-544-8220. Prefer privacy? Book online in under 30 seconds at menspronknoxville.com.
At our clinics, men's sexual health is the whole job. Look, I'm a normal guy too. I hate going to the doctor, but we've helped so many guys in here just like you. Even if pills have failed, our medical team is going to take the time to talk you through it. Same day in-house lab, and the treatments, well, they could change your life.
Your local medical team has your back. ED, performance, Peyronie's, size and shape modeling. We tailor what works for you.
I'll get to the point. Can you imagine epic performance and epic sex? Yeah, I said it.
A stronger you is closer than you think. We're available right now. Call 865-544-8220 or book in 30 seconds or less at menspronknoxville.com. Men's Pro Knoxville, making it happen.
Okay, so we really need uniforms and equipment for this season. Can I trust you with that? Cool, I'll just order them online. What? Yeah, I'm going to hop online and I'm going to get them ordered. Hold up, that's not a good idea. We shouldn't just spend money on some random online retailer, okay? I mean, it seems pretty convenient. Trust me, it's a terrible idea. Let me simplify this for you. SM Athletics. Okay, how do you pronounce it? SM Athletics? They're the go-to for uniforms and equipment, whether it's for universities, high schools, youth leagues, you name it. So why wouldn't you rather go with professionals who can guide us through the process, design the perfect uniforms, and deliver the best equipment? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. What's the name again? SM Athletics. Right. It's definitely smarter to go with a company that emphasizes customer service, fair pricing, and, of course, excellent products. Exactly. So, yeah, I guess it's settled then. For uniforms and equipment for all sports, it's SM Athletics.
Ready to launch your career? Axle Logistics is a leading third-party logistics company where excellence is an energy. With an award-winning culture, Axle proves that positive outcomes come from a positive environment and a work hard, play hard mentality. At Axle, the drive for success is infectious. And with an uncapped commission structure, hard work isn't just noticed, it's rewarded. For those with big goals and even bigger dreams, Axle Logistics is the place to start your career.
Rickard Ridge Barbecue, located in beautiful Cove Lake State Park. Rickard Ridge is home of the best ribs in the Volunteer State. Smoked daily by Pitmaster Mark Rickard. The barbecue at Rickard Ridge is mouth-watering, fall-off-the-bone delicious. Take the scenic drive up I-75 to exit 134. For directions and to look at the rest of the menu, visit Rickard Ridge online at rickardridgebbq.com.
It's The Chase right here on Fan Run Radio, Fox Sports Knoxville, 105.7 FM, 1340 AM, and always streaming for free on that Fan Run Radio app. You can also join the chat over there on YouTube. Make sure you like and subscribe on our YouTube channel, growing more and more each and every day. Well over 1,602,000 subscribers on Fan Run Sports on our YouTube channel. Make sure if you want to watch this very program, you want to watch Talk Sports from 8 to 11, you want to watch the Tony Basilio Show, you want to watch The Chase, you want to watch The Drive, Overtime with William Pattison, you can watch all 12 hours of content on our YouTube channel and join our live chat there. That was bumping yesterday afternoon in our 3 permanent SEC rivals conversation with Brett Holander and Garrett Armbrust fighting for their life on the other side of the glass. So you can join the fun there on our YouTube channel. Just search Fan Run Sports and you'll find us there. You can also join the conversation. Call us, text us, 865-966-3435 is the way to be a part of this show every single day. 865-966-3435 is the way to jump in with Saturday Down South's Ethan Stone and myself on this fine Thursday. NFL is back. Cowboys, Eagles, a little less juice with Micah Parsons now being a Green Bay Packer. The Dallas Cowboys making one of the more baffling trades you'll see in an offseason where, look, it's the biggest trade since Reggie White from the Eagles to the Packers. Coincidentally enough, Theo Ash of the Stay Hot NFL podcast was talking about that. He's a big Packers guy, and they do great NFL coverage there. But so no Micah Parsons tonight. Obviously, the Eagles' title defense starts tonight. But around the room, none of us, I believe, are Cowboys or Eagles fans right here in this very studio. I have some suspicions on where Alex Sarkis's allegiances lie. Sources may say it has something to do with some black and gold.
Sources may say.
Sources say. But it's also like, I'm one of those people, Alex. It's not black and gold. It's black and yellow.
It's black and gold, my friend.
It's not gold. Why do we pretend that that's yellow? That not
it
yellow.
Is gold.
That's what the song says, black and yellow, black and yellow.
I mean,
you know what? I agree. I don't like how he says black and yellow.
Why do you not like it? Because it's accurate.
Well, is gold when you think Notre Dame?
Yes.
Okay.
Or the New Orleans Saints. Saints is gold.
Well, when they wear those bumblebees, don't they have like
it's called Vegas gold in Pittsburgh.
Okay.
That's a lot. What does that even mean? We're just recreating things. We're getting around it. What is Vegas gold?
It's the shade of gold that the Pittsburgh teams use.
Are they all the same?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Only city with every team having the same color.
Hold on. The
cool.
Pittsburgh Penguins have a darker shade. They have more of a Saint shade.
No, they don't. They updated it a few years
don't
ago.
come at this guy. What are you doing?
They updated it a few years
Look,
ago.
leave the Steven.
When they beat your Preds in 17.
Yeah. Hold on. Leave the Sidney Crosby talk to me. Yeah. No, hold on. They used to at least have the darker gold.
Yes.
Because they understood that this was not actually gold. And if we're going to be the Pittsburgh Penguins,
yeah,
we got to have some gold. So they went back to the original. The OG was more of the yellow.
The OG was the yellow, the true black. And
Mario Lemieux.
The Lemieux era gold. So, yeah, it looks good.
Because the Preds wear yellow. Like I think it's like
I think they call it gold though.
They do call it gold,
yes.
But it's not gold.
Oh my gosh, we're not starting like this.
What?
We're not getting colors debate.
Colors debate matters.
This guy's heart and soul Steeler, man. You can't come out about his colors.
We can, because it drives me nuts. They just and I love that you brought up the Wiz Khalifa song, because that should have been the end of the conversation. As a Pittsburgh guy, he called it black and yellow.
Black and gold. Exactly. It wouldn't sound as good.
Well, it's also not accurate.
Black and gold, black and gold. Yeah, it doesn't roll off the tongue.
Yellow works more with that rhythm.
But it also, you know why else it works? Because it is yellow. I'm looking at it, and we'll see it on Sunday. It's yellow. Ethan, are we taking crazy pills here?
Honestly, I kind of think it's yellow as well.
Thank you.
It's just like I understand.
I'm not arguing if it's yellow. I think it's yellow too. But I mean, I'm going to go with the Pittsburgh guy when he tells me what it is.
Yeah, that's true.
He's born and raised.
I know, but he's been born and fed a lie. It is a Pittsburgh lie where they've made up this fake color code where it's like Vegas gold. What? And also, we can see Vegas gold because there's the Vegas Golden Knights, which is also
gold. That's not Vegas gold, though.
Why do they not get Vegas gold? They're literally there.
I don't know.
I don't.
There's actually a really good. I think on the Penguins YouTube channel, there's a really good 15-minute little 30 for 30 style video about how the Penguins got their colors and how they changed it. And
you need to send it to this.
It's really good. I will.
There's zero chance I'm watching that.
You watch everything.
I was gonna say, if you're reading Buck's Dugout,
I do, but that's 15 minutes on a historical perspective on Pittsburgh Penguins color scheme. It's a bridge too far for me.
It's a great video.
I imagine it is.
What was your point in bringing up the Pittsburgh?
Well, we're talking NFL Week 1, and they're goodness, Brett.
I just was wondering. I was just wondering.
Icy.
Are you asking if they're going to make the playoffs? Is that what you're asking him?
Brett, we're going to get there. Okay. And we got some time.
They are. Okay.
Are you in? My old friend Arthur Smith.
You can't go against Pittsburgh ever to make the playoffs.
I mean, you
can jot them down for 10 wins.
They weren't in the playoffs last year.
They weren't?
No.
Yeah, they were.
Were they?
They lost to the Ravens.
They did lose to the Ravens. They just snuck in.
They got killed, but
yeah. They haven't won a playoff. What was the last playoff win they had?
I think it was around 20. I think it's 2016. They beat the Dolphins.
Yeah, so it's been like a decade.
It's been a long time. I think it's been.
I mean, they're making the playoffs. So what do you want?
I mean, they're addicted to the 9-8
Tennessee
grind.
Vols made the playoff, got smoked.
Yeah, they'll get in.
That's what you want, right?
Not going to win a playoff game.
Good.
Just asking.
I mean, that wasn't really an asking.
You'd love the Falcons to go to the playoffs and get smoked, right?
Ooh, it's a good question. Smoked?
Like what the Ravens did to the Steelers. Like not be like competitive, or like when I think the Bills played the Patriots again in the playoffs and it was just awful. It was ugly.
I need offensive optimism more than anything else.
Okay.
I also like a 10+ sack guy for the first time since John Abraham. That'd be nice. Maybe it's James Pierce. Maybe it's Jalen Walker.
Maybe.
I would just like to host a playoff game for the first time in the Mercedes-Benz era. We have this new stadium that has never been used for a playoff game.
You guys host big events.
Yeah, a few Super Bowls in there.
Super Bowls.
Just not playing in them.
Yep, just not playing in them. Thank you for that. Good call there by
I can
Alex
see who
Sarkis.
Ethan supports, it looks like, with his water
Ethan's
bottle.
one of the biggest Chicago Bears fans,
But I thought I saw you with a Cleveland Browns hat on last week. Was that right?
I collect hats.
Okay.
I've got a whole bunch of different hats.
Okay.
Something to know about Ethan is the hat has nothing to do with Ethan's
with
fandom.
anything.
Sometimes
anything.
I take that back. Sometimes he will wear a Utah Jazz hat, and he is a Utah Jazz fan.
I remember.
I have a Nuggets hat on right now.
See,
I was wondering what that hat
don't
was.
like each other.
Yeah.
He's a hat collector.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I can appreciate that.
Well, Ethan, let's go around the room here. Your pick for your Chicago Bears this season, you have to put it on the record, make the playoffs. Does year one with Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams go well? Where are you at with your Chicago Bears?
This is very difficult for me. I'm going to say I said last year I'm not going to get excited about the Bears, and I'm not. But looking at the schedule, I see 9-8. I see 10-7. I think I'm going to go 10-7, and I'm going to choose joy, and I'm going to say that they make the playoffs.
Wow!
Because I don't think the Lions are going to be as good as they were last year. I think Ben Johnson was the reason they were good.
Okay.
I don't think the Vikings are going to be very good. I think the Packers are going to spike us into the Earth's crust twice because Micah Parsons is going to kill our left tackle who does not exist. But ultimately, I think the offense is vastly improved. I think Caleb is going to take a step. I don't think he's going to be great, but honestly, that's really all the offense needs. I think just take a step. Got talented receivers around him. I believe in Johnson's ability to get the offense going. A little nervous about the defense for the first time in a while, to be honest, especially at the front. I think they have an ability to get bullied at times this season, especially when they play the Ravens, the Packers, and teams of that nature. But I'm going to go 10-7. I'm going to try it and be optimistic about it and say that they sneak into the playoffs.
10-7. What was the last time the Bears won double-digit games?
I believe it was the 12th year with Trubisky, so that would have been 2018.
Okay, it's been a bit.
Because I think they've been 8-8 and 9-7 back when they played 16 games. I think maybe 2021 they did that. I don't know. They've been really bad for a while.
Choose joy.
Yeah,
it's optimism season. I love that. What about you, Alex Sarkis? The Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 10-7 as well because it's a Mike Tomlin coach team.
Okay.
And I do not think the losing season streak is broken this year. I think they're going to be better. I think they're better on paper than they were a year ago. I mean, you bring in DK. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to be better than people think. I think he's going to be better than Russell Wilson was last year. And I like this defense a ton. I mean, they're the highest paid defense in the league. You get a guy like Jalen Ramsey in here. You get a veteran like Darius Slay to come in from a Super Bowl winning team and at the team that he was a captain on. So I think the defense is going to be Pittsburgh Steelers defense like it normally is. I think receiver is the big question. We'll see if Calvin Austin can emerge as a wide receiver too. But I think DK is going to be solid. The running game is going to be pretty good with Jalen Warren. They just signed him to an extension.
You got the rookie, right?
Yeah, Caleb Johnson.
Oh, from Iowa,
yeah. So
like
he's good. He kind of reminds me of Najee Harris. Just a kind of a similar, style. But I love Jalen Warren, really explosive out of the backfield. So I got 10-7. I think they'll lose in the wild card again. The North's going to be tough this year. I think the Bengals will win the division. I think they could go all the way to the Super Bowl. They're going to be that good. But yeah, I think the Steelers will finish. I don't know if they'll be better than the Ravens. Probably not. Maybe a third place finish in the North. It's going to be a tough division this year, as it always is.
But 3 playoff teams from the North.
That's the thing. I don't know if they're going to be better than the Ravens. I think they could be because I think the Ravens are going to take a step back, but we'll see. And my brother's a Ravens fan, so there's a lot of I don't know. Yeah.
Is your brother from Pittsburgh?
Yeah, he is. We don't know why. We don't know why he's a Ravens fan, but he's.
Do you watch games with him?
Yeah, we go to Steelers Ravens every year.
What?
Wow, it's one of the weirdest things. He's diehard Ravens fan.
That's jarring.
It's really odd.
It has to be out of spite.
Like all of it. It's not like all. Yeah, it is. He's like and he's in the other. He's fans of all the other Pittsburgh teams. He's a Penguins and a Pirates fan, but just He just hates the Steelers. Hates the Steelers.
That makes it even stranger.
Yeah, it's really odd. And we've asked him about it, and he's like, I just don't like the Steelers.
Sorry, motion denied. Like, that's jarring. Like, sorry, you can't do it. Like, I would even allow like another team, like in the NFC or something outside of the worst possible choice there is the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah.
Like, that is.
Yeah. I think the first thing you're doing is when you're growing up is becoming a Steeler fan before hockey and maybe
it's the most
Pirates,
it's the most puzzling. It's one of the most puzzling things I've ever heard. It really is. It's odd.
Goodness gracious.
How old is he?
He is 15.
Okay. I was going to say if he was growing up when they were really good as well, that makes it even stranger.
I mean,
but it doesn't matter. He's in there with his family all watching Steelers games, and he's like, "Hey, can we get an update on the Ravens?"
I mean, and the best part is every family event. I mean, it is just so the Ravens hate, as it should be because we're Steelers fans. But every family event is just constant Ravens hate. It's awesome. It makes it so
well
much
deserved.
Fun. Yeah,
Goodness gracious.
How sweet has he had it recently?
I mean. Yeah, but his whole family is rooting against his team, and it's just.
Beat him a couple times this year.
I mean, that can't be fun.
That's kind of the role he plays in our family too, though. He's just I don't know. He's always he's the villain.
Can I make a prediction?
And he relishes it. Yeah,
he's a Steelers fan by 25.
No,
I think he's gonna flip. He's gonna cave.
No,
I think it's gonna happen. It's a long-term play by me. I think we'll check back in a decade. Let me know, Alex.
Yeah, I will. Call you in 10 years.
There you go. What about you, Brett?
I don't have a NFL team.
Are you not a Titans guy? I assume you're a Titans guy.
No. I grew up Peyton, so I followed Peyton. So
interesting.
Once Peyton got out of the league, I mean, it's not easy to find I wasn't ever going to go to the Titans, so I had Titans because of all the Colts and things like that. So yeah, I don't really have a team.
Definitely
so
don't
it makes
become
Sundays
a Bears
all
fan.
right.
No, definitely not
option.
bad.
So now it's just kind of rooting for that fantasy team, fantasy guys, things like that.
Yeah.
So hoping, those guys do well, even though I got 5 different teams pretty much. So
interesting
for multiple teams, multiple guys. So don't have a team. So it makes it easy on Sundays. I can just complain about the Vols most Sundays.
Well, now everybody's complaining about commercials on Red Zone.
Yeah.
That's sad.
It's also kind of crazy that they were able to get away with that forever.
Why is that happening? I didn't read into it.
I think it's because they're moving over to ESPN.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I think that's.
But Red Zone is still owned by NFL, right?
But I think Red Zone or
for
NFL Network.
Year.
Well, NFL Network got absorbed by ESPN.
Yeah, I mean they did, but I don't know.
I imagine
we'll see how it goes.
That's not surprising. But I think there should be an option premium of the no commercial premium package.
But like when you're watching golf, they have commercials, but they still show the golf sometimes.
The side by side.
The side by side. Like
yeah.
You're gonna have there's no way you're gonna miss something.
100%. I think the side by side should be the future anyway.
The commercial.
Yeah, like
you can still see what
picture in picture where the commercial takes up a big chunk of it, and then you still have a little box, kind of like when you're watching us on YouTube.com/FanRunSports. You have the little box for what's going on still. But yeah, why not?
I don't know if I count that as a commercial though.
Interesting.
The picture in picture.
Yeah.
I don't know if I count that as a true commercial because I'm not technically missing anything.
But I might like your product more because it's not invading my game, where I get a little bit of it and it's not overwhelming. Is that the future? I don't know.
Yeah.
Somebody call Don Draper when you need him.
What about the Falcons?
Oh, so the Falcons.
Easiest division out of the.
I mean, it's the easiest division, but they have not won the NFC South since I think the year they went to the Super Bowl, which was 2016, 2017.
Wow. That's
crazy. It's about a decade. They have not won the NFC South. So they've won 8 games last year, 7, 7, 7, 4, 7, 7. And then that final year after the Super Bowl run, they went 10-6 and lost in the divisional round to the Eagles. So my expectations are really low. What's interesting is like Arthur Blank is just a quietly bad owner now. And the Atlanta United is a dumpster fire. They had that great run early on with Joseph Martinez and Miguel Almiron and company. That's gone down the, what? They're awful again this year. And then you have the Falcons, also owned by Arthur Blank, who have been awful, and it's going to his son. So it makes you feel great. It's like it's the Cowboys fans, the Falcons fans. You're like, oh, we're going to escape it. Not really, because it's going to the son. And that's just how this is going to work. So we'll see if Arthur Blank's son's any better. Blank's a good dude. He helped out the Falcons a lot. He started off great. Atlanta United started off great. The Falcons started off great. But, I mean, it's just been bad. And I think Raheem Morris is a bad hire. I'm not a big Raheem Morris guy. He was so bad in clock management situations last year. I don't see that working out long term. Like Zach Robinson a lot. Zosi hire. The Jeff Ulbrich DC hire, we'll see. I mean, he whiffed big time. I don't trust Terry Fontenot as GM. I don't know why he's been able to survive multiple coaching changes here. He's been pretty rough as a GM by and large for the Falcons. I don't know. They're just they're a quietly incompetent organization these days, and Michael Penix is a lot of fun. I hope it goes well.
Well, the good news is you got, I think, the AFC South as the other division that you have this year, I believe. So that's
correct. Yes,
it's not. Those are all winnable games.
I will know how the Falcons. Here's what's great is you didn't play Kirk Cousins and Michael Penix at all this preseason, which is fantastic stuff. Just great job all around. Because you have the Bucs opening here on Sunday at 1 o'clock. Then you go to Minnesota, a team that won double-digit games. 14 games last year? Maybe, but it's still a team that won 14 games last year. And you go to Carolina against Bryce Young, who torched you last year. Should be better. And then you get the Commanders at home, who you lost to last year, and they should be really good again. Then you get the Bills at home, who are definitely going to be better than you. At San Francisco, they should be better than you. And then you finally get some relief where you get the Dolphins, at Pats, at Colts.
Pats
Panthers.
will be better, though, too.
At Pats you should beat the Pats. Tough. I have the Steelers losing. They go on the road to New England this year. I have them losing that game.
Okay. I feel better about that.
Colts are in Berlin.
Oof. Yeah, that's a 9:30 game. What are we doing? I was listening to Roger Goodell talk about that, where like the goal is like 18 regular season games, 2 preseason games, and a whole lot more. It evens out.
The rumor of the Super Bowl too, being over there as well.
But they talk about like a permanent team in London. Yeah, that's never going to happen.
No.
Like it's not going to happen unless air travel becomes so fast where it's just like I don't know. I'm not a.
I mean, what do they play? 8 straight home games and then they come over for like 8 straight away games or something?
I mean, it's not going to work. And also, all those fans in London, they have they're already fans of other teams. Like the Jags have been playing there forever. There's a lot of Jags fans, a lot of Vikings fans. Like they're not just going to give up those fandoms to then move. It's why Nashville makes no sense for Major League Baseball to me. The Braves and the Cubs have this state on lockdown, especially the Braves. I just don't see how that Charlotte would be a disaster. Most of Charlotte's Braves fans, like that's Braves country. So I just don't like those fans are not going to flip. So you're betting on the younger generation. And are the younger generation really into baseball that much that they're going to do it?
City, though.
It's a good sports city. It's just they should get an MLB team.
With how fast Nashville's growing too, I think it has something to do with it as well.
And it's a southern sport.
I mean, I think the WNBA could work, like the Summit. I think that could grow and that could be like they could really catch on there. I just don't think Major League Baseball would work in Nashville. I think you'd have a lot of other fan bases coming to those games, and I don't know. I don't think there'd be a lot of home field advantage there. But yeah, so I'll say the Falcons to put a bow on it. Until they prove otherwise, I'm going to go 8-9. I'm going to hate every second of it. Just miss the playoffs by like a game. Who do they finish with? Who's going to ruin my life? They finish with the Saints at home. Perfect. Like Spencer Rattler ruining the Falcons season to keep him out of a wild card spot. That checks out.
I might win a division though. I don't know how much better the Bucs are than you.
I mean, we say it every year, and the Bucs keep winning the division. They just keep winning the division over and over again. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to be good again. I mean, Baker plays like he did last year.
Spencer Rattler ruining playoff hopes. What's new?
That's just
for people down here.
I know. Well, goodness gracious. Let me get through the season. I'm excited about the Falcons being back, and I'm excited for now. When we come back, we will talk some SEC quarterback rankings after week 1. Matt Hinton of Saturday Down South broke those down. We'll talk about it with our Saturday Down South expert, Ethan Stone. Stick with us, Chase, right here on Fan Run Radio, Fox Sports Knoxville, 105.7 FM, 1340 AM, and all streaming for free on that Fan Run Radio app.
You're listening to Fan Run Radio, the sports humans.
At Knoxville Smiles, we're bringing the future of modern dental care to East Tennessee today. All of the scraping and polishing with the gritty stuff, that will soon be ancient history. At Knoxville Smiles, the future is here now with guided biofilm therapy. Using a gentle erythritol powder mixed with air and warm water, our hygienists can clean your teeth better than ever without all the poking and scraping. Visit KnoxvilleSmiles.com to find out more, or just call us at 865-539-1776.
Yeah, it's another day, but what kind of day is it really? A day of doom scrolling? Laundry day? Nah, it's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold way filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. So grab a pack, grab your friends. Make the most of each day with those who matter most. When you're together with White Claw, every day is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You just gotta grab it. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Tired of waiting for the weekend or good weather to play around? From casual to committed, Back 9 Golf has got you covered. Open to the public and offering flexible membership opportunities, they offer 24/7 access to 5 different simulators, providing cutting-edge technology, instant swing feedback, fun mini games, and a wide variety of courses to choose from. Perfect for that solo round you want after work, or swing by with food and drinks for an afternoon with friends and family. No stressful tee times, no rain delays. It's Back 9 Golf your way. Book your tee time now at theback9golf.com.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
Friday Night Lights are back, and that means so is the SM Athletics Friday Night Scoreboard Show. Join me, Tim Hill, a.k.a. Vols Tim 85, and my crew every Friday night starting at 9:30 p.m. Live action, live calls, and all of the biggest talking points in East Tennessee high school football. It's the Friday Night Scoreboard Show presented by SM Athletics right here on Fan Run Radio, 1340 AM, the free Fan Run app, and streaming live on YouTube on Fan Run TV.
Barley's has live music on weekends, general team trivia on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., and now live sports trivia courtesy of the Knoxville Trivia Guys every Thursday night upstairs. The game starts at 7 p.m. and is free to play for everyone, so head on down to the Old City and show off your sports knowledge and win gift cards to Barley's. Use those gift cards to buy some delicious food and drinks, and you can take it all in with their wide selection of TVs and indoor projectors. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Chase right here on Fan Run Radio, Fox Sports Knoxville, 105.7 FM, 1340 AM, and always streaming for free on that Fan Run Radio app. Stay safe, Knoxville, Tennessee. It's a little bit
Chase
sketchy.
Is definitely a storm chaser name, isn't it?
It is, but I am we were talking about that before we started today's show with Spencer of SM Athletics, and I'm not that guy at all. I am not a storm. I'm running away from the storm. I'm a don't get involved guy. It's a big part of my ethos as a human being, and that's part of why my wife and I work. Is she's a get involved and help and that kind of person, and I'm the don't get involved ever. Like it's just you got to force me into a getting involved situation. That's how it is. So no, I will never chase a twister. I'm going the opposite way. I'm good. But Ethan over here, he's into it. Ethan was out here checking out the scope. He was scoping the area to make sure we were all right before we came back from break here.
I almost missed us coming back from break because I was looking out the window. I'm a big storm guy. I would do the exact opposite of Chase. I would go after it. I think that'd be very cool. I grew up in Dallas, so like I'm used to tornado warnings and just the general danger of it all. so no, I think it's cool. I think it's very interesting.
I don't think it's cool. Actually, you know what? Here's a take.
It's cool when everybody is safe.
That's the whole thing. But can you have both?
Yeah, you can't have both. I understand.
You need those people, though. You got to have the storm chasers.
Why?
They got to report to the weather people.
I guess.
Hey,
do we still need
warn
that?
the towns? Kind of Paul Revere, right?
Can we not drone that up though? Can we not?
I'm sure they use drones. Don't they shoot them up into the storm to learn about
the whole movie.
Yeah.
It's the whole Twisters movie.
Yeah.
It's a good movie. Twisters, the remake was, or I guess we shouldn't say remake. Is it part 2? Is it a remake?
I don't know.
I don't know what it called.
I never saw the original. I just saw the new one with
I
Glenn
think it
Powell.
was just like, it's not a continuation, but it's in the same world. Like after
the Twisters universe.
You know what? Actually, now that I think, I did see the movie. I think it had some callbacks to the original. I think there were people
that were
mentioned or in the first one. I don't remember exactly, but I think it might have been a continuation. Now that I think about it,
I saw that movie in the drive-in in the pouring rain. It was awesome.
Like drive-in, like was
like a drive-in theater.
Yeah. Are you talking about the one in Maryville?
No, at home.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are they common?
No, there was one. It's like an old historical.
That'd be weird
because
in the movie there's a tornado that rips through them.
Yeah, it was pouring rain and lightning. It was so cool.
Well, in the original it is. I don't know if it does it in the second one.
I don't remember.
Spoilers, Brett. Some people may not have checked out the 1984
tornado comes
classic.
and rips up a town. Yeah.
Goodness gracious. Yeah, I never saw the original either.
Wow. Get on it.
It did make the cut. I'm probably not going back.
It's fine. Your loss.
Brett is so biting sometimes. Like he's just like it's casual, but
I respect it.
Yeah, I mean he's very. You know where Brett stands on everything. There's not a lot of back and forth. Like he doesn't leave you wondering.
No, I just here it is.
Yeah,
in all its glory.
There you go. Well, speaking of just here it is. Matt Hinton, formerly of Grantland, always been a good college football scribe. For many years, he writes for Saturday Down South, where Ethan Stone is also a writer and columnist, and he wrote his SEC quarterback Week 1 rankings coming out of, obviously, Week 1 in the college football season. I thought it was pretty interesting where he had things stand right now, where you have Garrett Nussmeier at number 1, you have Lenora Sellers number 2, John Mateer at 3 is kind of wild to me. He moved him up from 4 from the previous week. Lagway at 4, Arch down to 5, which I would go lower. Taylor Green at 6, Diego Pavia 7, Marcel Reed 8, Gunnar Stockton 9, Jackson Arnold 10, Joey Aguilar 11, Austin Simmons 12, Ty Simpson 13, Bo Perbula 14, Blake Shapen 15, which is I'm just going to go ahead and say the most egregious, who looked really good and will put the Sun Devils on notice this week in Stark Vegas, and then Zach Calzada at 16. What did you think of this?
Yeah, there's a lot I disagree with, to be totally honest. And you nailed it on the head, Chase. Matt does a fantastic job with us, and everyone gets their opinion. And when you're doing quarterback rankings, it's kind of difficult for, it's like the AP top 25. There's going to be differences all over the place. I'd say the one I disagree with most, honestly, is Marcel Reed to 8. I think he needs to be a little lower on the list. I think Blake Shapen is in a decent place. I not because I think he's bad. I just think, there are quarterbacks better than him. Bo Perbula, though, the entire list, that's the one I dislike the most. I would have Bo Perbula. Honestly, I think I did mine. I think he's in the top 8 for me. He had a great debut for Mizzou. I mean, it's in their Week 1 game, they're playing Cupcake. I think it was Central Arkansas. So it's not like they're playing in incredibly tough competition. But he showed it off with his legs. He showed off a deep ball. He was very accurate. He was like 82% from the field. And yeah, just in general, like I like Perbula a lot, and I don't think he deserves to be at 14th. I don't think he's one of the better quarterbacks in the SEC, but I do believe I would honestly switch him and Reed, because I still have not seen enough from Marcel Reed for me to believe that he is a good enough downfield passer. He missed several open receivers against UTSA. He missed Casey Concepcion. There was this one play. The camera panned over to a deep ball that Reed had thrown, and there was not a road runner in the frame. There was nobody in the frame. He was all by himself, Concepcion was. And Reed missed him by about 10 yards. It was kind of egregious. And he did that a couple times, I think, on Saturday. So I'm not a Marcel Reed guy.
I'm not either. I don't think there's a lot of upside with Marcel Reed.
I just never really have. He's a great runner. I think he can run that offense well.
He's good for Colin Klein, who's their OC. But
I think he can run that offense well. But just as a pure quarterback, I'm not sure he's number 8 in the SEC. And I don't think Diego Pavia is much better at number 7. I don't agree with that either. I think he's a little lower.
You got to drop Arch too at 5. Like Arch has a whole lot more to prove. You're going to throw Ty Simpson all the way down to 13.
Played at Ohio State,
right? But I mean,
what are we talking about?
I mean, it was rough.
He dropped him 4 spots.
I mean, I would have dropped him more.
I think
he played Ohio State.
I mean, he wasn't good. Like it doesn't mean
he wasn't
won't be good.
But he dropped him 4 spots for losing on the road to Ohio State.
I think number 5.
The problem is he was up here.
That is the problem. But I mean, look,
like if he started at 5, you probably wouldn't have moved him.
I don't know. I think Ty Simpson, if you're going to tie that low, you got to move Arch down a little bit more. But also Joey at 11, I think you could probably move him up more. Like Jackson Arnold did not have a better debut than Joey Aguilar.
He didn't even prove he could throw.
Yeah, like Jackson Arnold did not have a better Week 1 than Joey Aguilar. But I will say the most interesting, and we got a caller here we'll jump on, Gunnar Stockton, number 9 for Georgia. So this is what's interesting. The big time teams outside of Nussmeier and Sellers, the usual suspects at 1-2. I mean, Tennessee, Gunnar Stockton's coming in town at number 9. We'll see what he looks like. You have Austin Simmons at Ole Miss, who Ole Miss looked really good again, but he's at 12. Ty Simpson, who's on your schedule at 13. It's going to be really interesting. I mean, Blake Shapen's 15, Zach Calzada 16. Those are the quarterbacks who are on Tennessee's schedule this year. So I think that's pretty good for Tennessee because they avoid Sellers, they avoid Nussmeier, they avoid a lot of these top end quarterbacks outside of DJ Lagway at number 4. So I don't know, that's something to keep in your back pocket when you look at who Tennessee's going to be matched up against. It also shows just how volatile I think this college football or SEC season is going to be, because a lot of the usual suspects have shaky or uncertain quarterback play, whether that's Texas, Georgia, Ole Miss, whoever. So, yeah, well, let's get to our caller here. What's your name and where are you from?
Hey, Jay.
Rusty, how are you doing, sir?
I'm good. From the Tri-Cities, but live in Redondo Beach. So,
okay. Where's Redondo Beach?
LA County. It's on the coast, about 13 miles south of Santa Monica, about 4 miles south of LAX.
Okay, this sounds gorgeous. Love Santa Monica in that area. I think you're having a little bit different weather right now than what we're experiencing here in East Tennessee.
Yeah, more than likely. It rained for like 3 minutes yesterday, about 10 a.m.
Yeah? First time in a while you've got rain in Southern California?
Yeah, it was brutal. The sprinkler system is having to work 3 days a week just to keep the grass from dying. So, yeah.
Well, what do you got for us today, Rusty?
Well, it's first night of NFL. And
yes,
I'm a huge Eagles fan. Go Birds! And just wanted to talk about that a little bit. I know I'm being from Tennessee and living in LA, being an Eagles fan doesn't make sense. But Reggie White's my god. Growing up as a little boy, and he became an Eagle. So when I was forming my football opinions, he became an Eagle. So that's who I went with. And things are good these days as an Eagle fan. Just want to get your thoughts on tonight's game.
Yeah, I mean, the Eagles are in really good shape. I think what's interesting is I wanted to know what it looks like post Kellen Moore, because they promote from within there. We'll see how much of a drop off the Eagles offense potentially has if they go wrong there. And Kellen Moore, they should have gone outside the tree, to find his replacement. I'm curious what that offense looks like. Another year older, Jalen Hurts and everybody else, is the offensive line as dominant as they have been. Not having Micah Parsons in the front four should be certainly helpful for the Eagles. And I have no idea what to expect from Dallas. Like, Dallas, could they be a train wreck here? Could they be inspired by moving on from Micah Parsons and the drama there? Is CeeDee Lamb going to really cook? Is Dak fully healthy and fired up for this game? I don't know. I just have no idea what to expect from Dallas. Philadelphia just has such a high floor once again that I think they should win this football game. But Dallas, Schottenheimer we talk about uninspiring head coaching changes. Just moving on from McCarthy just to promote Brian Schottenheimer, who has never worked anywhere. And he was the last OC for Mark Richt at Georgia, where that was just brutal. And you ask any Rams fan back in the day, they didn't enjoy the Brian Schottenheimer era. It's just, you don't find a lot of stops and a lot of fandom, a lot of fans across the country who have had Brian Schottenheimer as their offensive coordinator, head coach, that were like, yeah, that was a great run. That was a good time. So I think the Eagles should be fine here today, but I'm very curious what the Cowboys look like as a whole.
Same. That's a huge question mark. As an Eagles fan, I almost want to wrap Saquon in bubble wrap and just find a way to get in the playoffs and not really play him until then.
Well, I mean, does it feel? I mean, when you get the dub as a Falcons fan, I've never experienced this, so I don't know what it's like, and everything basically since the 28-3 drop off has just been tough, Rusty. But I mean, you won. Do you still have that same fire? Do you still are like, all right, let's go back, let's get another one? You got 2 in the last several years here, or is it just like, no, we still feel like we're an underdog? We still have that underdog energy where we want to keep stacking rings and have that us against the world mentality.
Still have the least rings in that division.
Okay.
Want to maybe we'll be satisfied when we catch up to the 5 rings that the Cowboys have.
Okay. We'll get you out on this, Rusty. Well, we'll get you out on this. So I'm a Falcons fan. We got Alex Sarkis, intern here. He's a Steelers fan. We've got Ethan Stone, Saturday Down South, here co-hosting with me on this Thursday. He's a big Bears fan. Who of the 3 would you bet on to have the best season?
Falcons, Bears, and who was the other? I'm sorry.
Steelers.
Pittsburgh?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to say Falcons.
Oh, we love to hear it. Rusty, you're welcome anytime on the Chase. You're welcome anytime from 1 to 3, Monday through Friday. I hope you're right, man. I hope you're right.
All right, brother.
Well, we appreciate it, Rusty. Have a great one. Enjoy the weather, and feel free to call back anytime. There you have it. Rusty calling in from Southern California. It's probably pretty nice over there in Santa Monica, in that area. Probably pretty nice.
Yeah, Rusty's good people.
We like it. Well, we appreciate Rusty jumping on here. When we come back, we'll continue the conversation on all things Tennessee. Stick with us. It's The Chase right here on Fan Run Radio. Fox Sports Knoxville, 105.7 FM, 1340 AM, and always streaming for free on that Fan Run Radio app.
The flagship station for Tennessee football. Fans. Fan Run Radio.
What's the difference between an ordinary EV and a Mercedes-Benz EV? The feeling. Electric is what gets you there. Mercedes-Benz is what moves you in ways no other automaker can. Feel the freedom of the superbly versatile 7-seater EQB. Revel in the inspired, customizable comfort of the EQE sedan. Sense the brilliant intelligence of the EQE SUV. Discover the boundless capability of the EQS SUV. And luxuriate in the flagship meets spaceship magnificence of the EQS sedan. Every Mercedes-Benz electric vehicle offers the very latest MBUX voice-activated AI software, as well as remote access to a whole host of functions via the Mercedes Me Connect app. The vehicle's electric, the feeling all Mercedes, the choice all yours. Test drive a Mercedes-Benz electric today at your local dealer or learn more at mbusa.com/EQ.
Hey Knoxville! Surfside iced tea and vodka, made with real brewed tea, is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, with no bubbles and no troubles. That's right, zero carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. Headed to a game day or party at a friend's house? Bring an iced tea or lemonade variety pack from Surfside, or try their green tea and new raspberry tea vodka. Find the can with the sunset stripes this season. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older. Enjoy responsibly.
Got a problem tree looming over your home? Call ECR Total Landscapes. Whether it's trimming, removal, or storm cleanup, our certified pros get the job done safely and efficiently. We're licensed, insured, and ready 24/7 for emergency calls. Big or small, we cut them all. ECR Total Landscapes. Call now for a free estimate, 865-384-2012, and mention promo code FANRUN for free stump grinding on any tree removal now through the end of the year. Also, visit us at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
For over 3 years, Crumble Cookies has served the Knoxville area. From Clinton Highway to Parkside Drive, even our friends out in Maryville have reached you, our fans, with the best cookies in the game. This fall, Crumble is gearing up for yet another fantastic season. Whether you're tailgating or looking for a pick-me-up after getting the kids from school, Crumble has you covered. Download the Crumble app to check out this week's rewards and features. And stop on by. Tell them Fan Run sent you, but don't miss the cookies.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Hey Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
It's The Chase right here on Fan Run Radio. Fox Sports Knoxville, 105.7 FM, 1340 AM, and always streaming for free on that Fan Run Radio app. You can join us in the chat, Fan Run Sports, on our YouTube channel, live streaming for folks who want to watch it. Guess what? You can do so over on our Fan Run Sports YouTube channel, grow more and more in each and every day. So you can watch us, you can watch Talk Sports, The Drive, Overtime, Tony Pasilio Show, all kinds of great Tennessee Vols content 12 hours a day on our YouTube channel. Make sure you download that Fan Run Radio app so you can listen wherever, whenever, on that free Fan Run Radio app. Make sure you download it today if you have not already done so. As we continue on here, kicking off hour number 2 with Ethan Stone of SaturdayDownSouth.com in studio on this fine Thursday afternoon. Basket in Review, friend of the pod, friend of the show, Will Warren, Stats by Will. He does a great job over there with Basket in Review. It's a great independent college basketball blog. I was reading their Auburn primer yesterday with kind of the most uncertain Auburn team they've had in a while. And we'll see what Pettaway and company look like for the Tigers, because they, along with Tennessee and Alabama, have just kind of dominated the top of the conference, even though Florida just won the national title. It was kind of out of nowhere. I don't want to say out of nowhere, but it was kind of out of nowhere considering where Florida has been in the pecking order of SEC hoops over the last 5 seasons, I would say, give or take. But Ethan Stone, Basket Under Review, the 3-man weave, they do great work and have been doing great work covering college basketball for a long time. They're doing their top 50 teams countdown, and they have Tennessee coming in at number 17, and kind of the highest they have of their 3 guys, Jim, KY, and Matt. Jim had them at 22, KY had them at 15, and then Matt had them at 18. So not any really top 10 buzz. KY is the obviously most optimistic, putting them at 15 in his. But what do you make of how they framed the additions, the losses, and their reasons for optimism and reasons for skepticism for Tennessee this year?
Yeah, I think there were 2 things that were especially interesting. One of them was a little more Tennessee related, and then one of them was just kind of a stat that I just blew my mind while I was reading through it. And I think their most interesting take is the one on the 2 guard, because that's the biggest question for Tennessee heading into the season, obviously. I think they gave a lot of credit to Amari Abram and just assumed that he's going to be the guy there. They mentioned Eitan Berg a little bit. I am surprised they didn't mention him a little more. I think it might just be because it's an international prospect, and I mean, bless them, they've got a lot to go through. Obviously, they're doing top 50, and they write good stuff every day at Basket Under Review. But I thought that was interesting, just their analysis on them, just assuming that Abram was going to be the best there. They think Bishop Boswell, I believe, was the second best option. I just, I feel like I'd push back a little bit on that. I think Berg is the highest ceiling in that room, but I don't think I disagree with him that Abram's probably going to be the starter. And I feel like we've talked about that a lot, Chase.
I think it's going to be Berg. Like, unless he's still playing in Eurobasket, so we need to get him over sooner rather than later. But it's also good that he's playing in Eurobasket, I think, because I mean, it's still big time competition. I mean, there's Luka, there's Jokic, there's Giannis, there's a whole lot of NBA talent playing overseas right now in Eurobasket. So I think that's good ultimately for Berg. And to me, I think it's just because he's such an unknown and was such a late addition to this group. Amari Abrams spent the summer with Tennessee. He's been here longer, like you said, Bishop Boswell. To me, what it also shows me, and I don't know if you guys agree with this, but if Tennessee had landed McNeely or Rodney Rice, Tennessee would be a preseason top 10, pushing top 5 team. Like, clearly, and these are super smart college basketball guys.
Add him to the current roster, though? You wouldn't have Ament.
No. Well, no, you'd have Ament.
You think you'd have Ament if you had one of those guys?
Yeah, you would have Ament, but you wouldn't have Berg. You definitely wouldn't have Amari Abram.
You definitely wouldn't have Abram.
Masamba, I think you'd still have, just because he seems like a project long-term guy. But yeah, I don't think you're taking Berg and Abram if you brought in Carey, yeah. I mean, that's
because we were going off McNeely and those other guys first, right?
Well, McNeely's at the 2. Like, you were looking for your Chaz Lanier replacement.
I was wondering how much those were going for. Like, how much did Louisville have to pay for McNeely? Because he seemed like he was coming here for sure.
That one hurt of it, all the stuff, because I thought he was a better fit for Tennessee and what they were losing in Chaz than Rodney Rice. It's kind of one of those things where, like, because Berg's playing so well this summer, and because you have options here with Berg, with Abram, with I'm not going to throw Masamba in there, and with Bishop Boswell, I don't think Amari Evans is going to be someone who gets a lot of minutes of the 2. I think that would be a surprise to me, at least early on this year, because I think he's got a ways to go offensively, and I think depending on what Cade looks like stretching the court, he might have to be the backup to Nate Ament at 3. To me, I think that's more plausible, and you have more shooting around him.
I think all the 2 guards are going to struggle to score. I don't see a scorer in the group.
Berg is a scorer, and
what are you averaging over there? Like 8?
I'm saying he can shoot. Like, Berg is going to get some good looks, and he's going to. He's going to let it fly. I mean, he's not like going to be Chaz Lanier.
Oh, no.
But I also think Amari Abram is definitely somebody, if you watch especially you watch his Ole Miss tape, Ethan Stone, the man's never seen a long two he doesn't like. So Amari Abram, I think, is going to put some shots.
He'll his way on the bench then.
Well, we'll see. I mean, that was 4 years ago. So he's had time
he's
to
matured since then.
Let's hope. Because Tennessee they haven't really had a long two assassin of late, Ethan Stone, right? Have there really been anyone who we've been like, oh gosh, what are you doing? They're pretty good about their shot selection.
Yeah, I don't really think. I mean, Gainey was inefficient, but I wouldn't say that the shot selection was the problem there.
Yeah.
So I mean,
does it feel like Julian Phillips was a long two guy? I feel like Julian Phillips was, but I could be wrong.
Springer, maybe.
Ooh, I think that's going way back. Who?
Bailey.
No, Bailey was good at threes.
Yeah,
I mean, he was that man
he
ran.
wasn't good at threes.
Well, I mean, he ran to the corner. Bailey, there was some stuff where it's like Bailey knew his role. That man was in great shape, and he ran to the corner.
God, we had so many misses.
You know the answer for this? It might be Justin Powell.
Justin Powell.
I was excited about him.
I thought Justin Powell was going to be.
Yeah, I did too.
I think Team 10 is the one that really works for Justin Powell. Yeah, that would take a while. So I just think to bring it all back, this to me just reads everyone likes Tennessee a lot. They think because of the question at the 2, they're for sure a top 20 team in college basketball, but they're scared to put them in the top 10 because they feel like there could be a hole at the 2 spot. And to me, I just think you have enough options, especially with Berg and company, that you're going to be able to figure something out. I think they're going to be fine there. Like if they didn't have Berg, I could see it because I think that I was this summer I was more pessimistic about what they were going to get the 2 there. But now with that many options, I just think they're going to be able to figure some stuff out. And I also just think when they compare Nate Ament to Brandon Miller and spend a lot of time on this, I'm like, all right, man, if you have a Brandon Miller type player and Jacoby Gillespie is a, let's not say Walter Clayton level to that good, but pretty dang good, like a pushing for a second team. Yeah, like Sears. If he's Sears, I mean, that's a Final Four team. So I just feel like you can't have one without the other. If Nate Ament and Jacoby Gillespie are who we think they can be, then Tennessee's going to be one of the 5 to 8 best teams in college basketball this year.
I think they're going to be just a better team than they were. I really think they're going to be a lot better than they were last year.
Yeah.
Like, I just feel like
they're definitely deeper.
Yeah, they're deeper. And then, like, it's not like Berg had a scoring deficiency here. He averaged 11 points over there. So, I mean, I really think they're going to score so much better than they did last year. Like, that's the big thing for me.
The offense is certainly set up to score much better.
I feel like the bar is so much higher. If everybody does their job, the bar is going to be so much higher than it was last year.
I'd say there's more options to score because Tennessee just has never, I mean, maybe Dalton, I guess, but I still think they're kind of different players. They really have not had a player like Nate.
How many shooters do we have, though? Because we had a better shooting team last year.
Gillespie's a great shooter. I want to believe
you can't tell me if you're going to start Phillips possibly at the 3 that's a good shooting team.
I think Ament is also incredible. I think Ament could be the best shooter on the team. He was 42% in EYBL, so he's
it's either him or Gillespie.
Yeah, and both of them can light. I mean, both of them are 40% 3-point shooters, and I'm not. Did Tennessee even have one of those last year?
Chaz had to be close.
I think
Chaz was probably 40.
Yeah.
You're right. But like also obviously Dalton was at that level, but I think Nate Ament presents something a little different. And I also wanted to get to it, just the stat that you kind of mentioned a little bit, Chase, which was I think the comparison to Brandon Miller for Ament is very interesting.
Yeah,
and I also think the stat that they had at the end, which was there have been 2 SEC freshmen ever to go 16 points, 6 rebounds, along with making 43s. It's Jabari Smith and Brandon Miller, and that's it. That blows my mind. I cannot believe that a Kentucky freshman in the past 15 years has not reached that point. But, I mean, Anthony Davis wasn't a 3-point shooter. Cat is a 3-point shooter now, but he wasn't then when he played for Kentucky and had his incredible season. Malik Monk had a great season for Kentucky, but he's not going to get 6 rebounds a game. So I guess it kind of makes sense that Brandon Miller and Smith would be the 2 in that category. I just wouldn't quite have guessed it. Like when I read it, it's like, oh wow, that's kind of surprising. And it also means like if Ament does do that and he does, hit his ceiling, it's going to be one of the more unique things I feel like the SEC has seen in a while.
Yeah, and what's interesting too is that Brandon Miller Marcus Sears team was not in a defensive juggernaut. Like they were an offensive juggernaut. And that's how, I mean, Nate Oates, I don't think gets enough credit for being a good defensive coach. I mean, their scheme, like it's very pro ball. It's very Houston Rockets, like James Harden stuff with how they go about things. But it's smart. They win a lot of games that way. Rick Barnes has been able to shut down Nate Oates for the better part of going on, 3 years now. But I do think what's interesting too is they just throw it out here. And I'm just like, I was kind of, I don't know if you were like me, where you read the stuff on Causes for Concern, where they put this on, I don't want to say pen to paper, but they put it on the blog. Quote, Tennessee tried to get Isaac McNeely and felt quite good about it until Louisville snuck in with a significantly higher bid. Tennessee was also outbid for Rodney Rice to a pretty severe extent by USC. I mean, they just put it out there, man. There was no like, we've heard there. That's bold. So they must know something that we do not. I mean, it's one of those things where Tennessee. Well,
what about Elijah Freeman?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he was as big because I mean he's moving up
he
from
went to
Lincoln
Auburn.
Memorial.
That's not like he went some
right
slouch of a program.
But I think also Elijah Freeman, we don't know how hard it's going to be to move up from Lincoln Memorial to SEC competition. Like he's obviously got the size. He shot the ball extremely well. I mean, he's like 6'8". Like he could be that guy. He kind of fits the length that Rick Barnes likes there. But McNeely and Rice played at the power level, and those are two guys that produced on good teams. More so Rodney Rice last year. But I do think they were more sure things when you only are going to have Nate Ament and Jacoby Gillespie for 1 year than Elijah Freeman, who I don't think fits the timeline potentially if you're going to bring him in.
I would agree with that because I think he'll clash a little bit with Ament too. They're not the same player, but they have similar skill sets. And I think it would have been hard for both of them to find the court at the same time. I mean, you could say that, but like Keyshawn Hall also with Auburn is very similar to Elijah Freeman as well. So I kind of scratched my head a little bit when he went there, but I'm not surprised that he didn't pick Tennessee. I am very surprised that one of McNeely or Rice didn't pick Tennessee still to this day. Because I mean, it's just if we've been saying it the entire show, if Tennessee gets a competent, like a surefire competent 2-guard, I agree with Chase. It's a Final Four team. Like there's just very few weaknesses on the entire squad. But obviously now, you kind of have to build a little bit through the aggregate. But I do believe that the Vols will eventually find someone at that too. They have enough options.
And then they also mentioned this. This is optimism, Brett. Okay. So I hope you're plugged in.
I'm ready.
Oh. So from 2021 to 2022 through last year, this is from Basket Review. They've gone 9th, 6th, 5th, and 5th, all of which are Tennessee's 4 best finishes in the now 29 season of the Ken Pom era.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised.
I mean, I'm just not betting against them. So when people are kind of they're kind of, I don't know, they're kind of hedging a little bit on Tennessee. And I'm like, I just think everyone, like, you like Nate Ament, you like Jacoby Gillespie, you like the depth and the consistency defensively for Tennessee under Rick Barnes. I just feel like I'm comfortable saying they're a top 10 team this year. I would be surprised if Tennessee's not a top 10 team if they're healthy. And
there's a lot of good basketball teams though out there.
The SEC's down though a little bit. I'm not saying completely down, but Auburn, we talked about it. Like Auburn, I don't know. Kentucky, I think is gonna be really good. Kentucky should be good.
They're gonna be really good.
Florida's gonna be good.
Yeah,
Florida's gonna be good, but they're not gonna be as good as last year. I don't think.
Well, I mean, they won a national championship.
Right, but I'm just saying they're gonna be a step back team. Like I think the SEC.
It's hard to say when they got those bigs back.
Right, but I don't think
their guards are good.
It's a big jump from Yale to Florida. I don't know, man. We'll see.
I mean, Walter Clayton, I think, was not even unsung hero because like he's Walter Clayton, but like not being with him, I think is going to be really rough for Florida at the start. But I mean, I ultimately believe they're going to be able to pull it together because Xavier Lee, I think, is really good. And I think they have an incredible roster. Getting Hogg back and getting Condon back. I mean, the entire front court.
Chinaloo was back.
Yeah.
But I mean,
the entire front court.
The only teams I would say for sure are better than a year ago, Kentucky and Arkansas in the SEC. I think they're going to be better than a year ago. Florida, I think, even if it's only slightly, I'm going to say slightly worse. Alabama, I think worse than what we saw a year ago. Mississippi State, worse than a year ago. Mizzou, I think worse than a year ago. Yep. Oklahoma, worse than a year ago. South Carolina, couldn't be much worse, but I don't think they're moving in the right direction. Texas, breaking in a new system, new coach. They lost a lot of talent. They lost a lottery pick in Trey Johnson. I think they might be worse, at least in year one. Bill, I think, takes a step back. I look all around this conference right now. It's Tennessee's for the taking.
I'd add Vanderbilt to the list of improve.
Okay.
Myself. I don't think they're going to be on Tennessee's level. I agree with you, but I think they're going to improve.
I think Tennessee's top challenge in the SEC this year, or top 2 challenges, will be Kentucky and Arkansas. I think Tennessee, Kentucky, and Arkansas are the 3 best teams in the SEC this year. Do you agree?
I'd add Florida. I think the Gators are going to be really good. I think they're one of the better coached teams in America. Boogie Fland and Xavier Lee are going to be really, really difficult to stop in the backcourt, and then the front court could very well be the best in the country. So I don't think they're as deep. I think that kind of scares me. Like if one of Fland's or Lee goes down early, or God forbid if Hogg goes down early, it could kind of fall apart. I think the wheels could fall off a little bit, but if that team stays healthy, that starting 5 is as good as any in the country.
That's fair. When we come back, we'll continue the SEC conversation. Stats of the week from Saturday Down South's Ethan Stone, and Maurice Claret makes a bold prediction about Alabama's next head football coach, if that's where things go. Stick with us. It's The Chase right here on Fan Run Radio, Fox Sports Knoxville, 105.7 FM, 1340 AM, and always streaming for free on that Fan Run Radio app.
For the fans, by the fans, this is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville. Attention service members and veterans. Introducing the Griffin Law Firm, your trusted ally in military legal matters. From court-martials to benefit claims, at Griffin Law, your mission is their mission. Here's VFL Marshall Griffin.
As a veteran and retired military attorney, I've successfully defended lifelong benefits and helped preserve professional futures. So I know that when you hire a military justice lawyer, you maximize your chance to get relief. With my unique experience, I can advocate for you because there's no military matter that's too big or too small. Let us help you make these critical decisions that could affect the rest of your life. Remain silent. Request counsel. Call Griffin Law.
For a free consultation, call 888-707-4282. That's 888-707-4282. Or just visit griffinlawdefense.com.
Yee-haw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues, every bet type you can imagine, live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today.
Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
Download VIP Play today or head to VIPPlayApp.com. Make sure you use the promo code FANRUN to take advantage of their welcome bonus and so they know that we sent you. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-8899-789. Must be 21 or older and located in Tennessee to bet.
Hi, this is Bo Kregner from the Kregner Group at Realty Executives. And I know there's a lot of choices here in East Tennessee when it comes to choosing a realtor. Here's why the Kregner Group is different. At the Kregner Group, our motto is walking by faith, serving others. It's how I live my life. It's how I run my business. Here at the Kregner Group, we're committed to doing real estate the right way. Faith, honesty, integrity. The Kregner Group. Call me anytime at 865-742-1035 or visit my website at bonoshouses.com.
Have you ever found yourself wishing your clothes looked brand new again? Whether it's your favorite suit, that little black dress, or your comfy winter coat, Crown Cleaners can make it happen. From stubborn stains to delicate fabrics, the expert team at Crown Cleaners uses the latest cleaning technology to ensure your clothes come back looking and feeling fresh. Visit one of their 2 area locations, Kingston Pike on Bearden Hill or South North Shore Drive near Dunkin' Donuts. Online at crowncleaners.com. Crown Cleaners, a tradition of excellence.
In a world filled with deadlines and screens, sometimes we forget the simple joys of life, days filled with special moments. At Inward Half, we understand the essence of these moments. Feel the difference between our breathable fabrics and flexible apparel as you disconnect from the hustle and bustle and reconnect with what truly matters. Inward Half, simple luxury for on and off the course.
We need that good feeling with 311 here this fine Thursday afternoon. Stay safe out there if you're listening to us on the road just here in Knoxville and across East Tennessee. Some crazy weather here on this Thursday afternoon, so make sure you guys are staying safe. We hope you guys are staying safe, and thank you for listening, as always, to The Chase 1 to 3, Monday through Friday. On Thursdays, you get Saturday Down South's Ethan Stone in studio with us, along with Alex Sarkis and Brett Holander, as we continue on here on our SEC Stat of the Week. Ethan Stone, columnist at SaturdayDownSouth.com. He wrote his stats, SEC stats of the weekend in Week 1. Break it down for us, Ethan Stone. What did you find across SEC football here in Week 1? What stood out to you, most impressive stat, and most concerning potentially for a team around the SEC?
Yeah, I had a lot of fun with this one. It's my attempt to give a little bit of a lighthearted snapshot of the week prior in the SEC. Something I'm going to do. I think it's going to go out Mondays, maybe Tuesdays, every week. And it's just, I give out 3 stars, like in hockey, to 3 players, coaches, whatever, that I think was just notable from the week. Mine was Lee Corso, Blake Baker for LSU, and then Tennessee fans, because they had a fantastic week with Joey performing well and Alabama embarrassing itself and Nico being a bit of a dumpster fire out west against Utah. But yeah, and then I add just the statistical leaders from around the SEC, just to, who has the most points, who has the least points, who allowed for the most amount of yards and least amount of yards and stuff like that. I think it's pretty interesting. And while I was putting it together, I thought it was a lot of intriguing things came to mind. I'd say the number one thing that stood out to me, that it just blows my mind that this is possible for an Alabama football team. They, in the entire SEC, they had the fewest rushing yards of any team. It was 87 rushing yards for Alabama. They also allowed the most rushing yards to Florida State. They allowed 230 rushing yards. Now, I understand not every team in the SEC played, the Clemsons, the Florida States, fill in this team here, this good team here. But that's shocking to me. That's insane that Alabama can struggle that much on the line of scrimmage and just completely lose the run game the way they did. And then add that on top of the fact that, I just don't think there was a lot of effort there. I think this loss was not talent related. I think it was participation. I think it was preparation. Excuse me. I think DeBoer just did not get the guys ready to go for Florida State. I think they kind of overlooked them, and Florida State came out and whooped them in response. And Tommy Castellanos deserves all the praise in the world for how he and Gus Malzahn were able to just kind of dice up the Alabama defense. It was a little embarrassing, and these numbers, I feel like they kind of show that. And that was the most surprising thing I think I found, is just how bad Alabama was at the line of scrimmage on Saturday.
Yeah, Crimson Chase.
I was just waiting. Alex, I was
just smiling. I don't know if he did that on purpose or not, but I don't think he did. But I don't know if he's part of the whole what's been going on here. But
I'll come out and say it. Like Chase is getting a rap for this. I said Alabama was going to win the SEC as well. I did not see this coming at all from this Alabama team. They just looked slow. They looked. Bray Hubbard had a couple effort plays that it just made me shake my head. It's like, brother, you're playing a football game right now against a Power 4 team, against a Florida State team that 2 years ago almost went to the playoff. I understand they were 2-10 last year, but anything can change. And Norvell's squad came out and they gave it to him.
This is why Ethan has been in firm number 1 spot here among the Chase co-hosts every week. Like Ryan
this just shows you the beauty of the portal, though, too, right? 1 year you hit and 1 year you miss.
Yep.
This year, so far, maybe it's because they had 2 Vols starting on defense. I don't know.
Here's my question, though.
Yeah.
I still can't get over this. How many times when we get into college sports do we question effort? And now we're looking at a Alabama team, and we're questioning Alabama's effort. And it's not like, you're not like you're hosting a Florida State team that, obviously had a horrible year last year. You're going on the road to a team that's looking for a get back year. They couldn't ask for a better home opener. And then you go out and you just don't show effort. It's something to me that I can't believe that, and that's been the buzz. On almost every show that I've watched this week is people questioning Bama's effort. And I can't believe it, that it's like, it's kind of the reality.
Yeah. I will say it's just the weirdest part. And I think I talked about it this week, is just that like Kalen DeBoer has gotten Alabama up for the big ones. Like, they thrashed LSU on the road. Yep. They thrashed Georgia. They go up 28-0. Like, he gets Bama up for those big games. He's big. He's great against big-time coaches.
Was big.
It wasn't big, though. They were unranked.
They had to bounce back. Like, they had a down.
But I think it's a road game. It
was a team that went 2-10 last year.
But they were talking all season too.
I mean, it's the opener, and you're on the road.
I don't know what happened after that first drive. Is my biggest thing. They ran the ball right down their throat first drive. What happened after that?
I mean, it's we'll see. I'm not selling Bama stock. I might sell some Ty Simpson stock, but I'm not selling Kalen DeBoer. I'm going down with the Kalen DeBoer ship.
Florida State just might be. They're better. We see that. We saw that.
Right.
They're better than last year.
I think what I'd say about Alabama is that it's a fixable problem.
Yeah.
I think absolutely. They have a lot of talent still. I think they, on paper, are one of the better teams in the SEC. I'll still say that. It's just after seeing that, man, it's like, can you get the guys to get up and get out of bed and say, we're going to go pound some guys in the face? I'm just like, I don't know. I mean,
they did it last year, though. They had that same deal where they take Vanderbilt for granted. They lose to Vandy, but then they go and just skull crush LSU on the road. So I don't know. I think it's still, we'll learn a lot about the makeup of this Alabama team when they go to Athens here in a couple weeks. Mm-hmm. If they go out and they just wake up again, and because they're going to win the next 2 weeks, they're going to be fine. Things are going to settle down in Tuscaloosa. DeBoer's going to stack some wins, but then they're going to go to Athens. And that's where all the pressure is on Georgia in that game. Bama owns that series. Kalen DeBoer beat them last year. Everything is about Georgia preserving the longest home winning streak in college football. Everybody, that's the hottest ticket, like $1,000. I've seen like over $1,000 for just one like bad seat at Sanford Stadium for that game. That is what everybody is going to be watching. We're all going to be locked in on that game. But the pressure is on Georgia. The pressure is on Alabama there. People are already leaving Kalen DeBoer and the Crimson Tide for dead. They're going to go into that game. They're like, people aren't expecting us to be able to go and do this again. And they're going to play loose. And I said it. Like, I picked him before the year. I think that's who ends Georgia's home winning streak. I still am going to stand by it. I think
playoff in jeopardy though more.
Well, it depends on like how Georgia fares. Obviously in Knoxville, the previous week or two, we'll see. Because I think Bama and Georgia both have a bye week going into that game. Yeah, so both will be rested up. We'll see. But yeah, like you said, Georgia doesn't really have a lot of room for margin for error because you still got Texas at home, you got Ole Miss at home, and that's another thing in the stats where I think. We've talked about this. Is Lane Kiffin, I think, is the most underrated coach in the SEC. I mean, he's made Ole Miss look like an easy-ish job. Ole Miss is traditionally one of the worst jobs in the Southeastern Conference. It's a really, really tough place to win, especially win sustainably. And he's winning double-digit games 3 of his last 4 years. Like, Lane Kiffin is just banging out top 10 offenses again.
I was like, beating up on the bad team, right?
Well, that's the whole thing. It's like, but he also had the best win last year in the SEC.
Same thing I say about Heupel.
I mean, Lane Kiffin has one big thing that Heupel does not.
And Georgia win? Huh? A Georgia win?
Georgia win. He beat Kirby. And not only did he beat Kirby, he crushed Georgia. Crushed them in his home stadium. So Kirby has not been beat like that in conference play in a long, long time. So, I mean, Lane has more proof of concept. He also won here in Knoxville. He beat Heupel. So, Lane right now, it's interesting how people look at it. Like, I love Josh Heupel, but right now, Lane's above Josh Heupel for me, especially at that job. It's harder. Like, Ole Miss is a much harder job. I mean, Ducks are in a row here with Tennessee and everything. It's good. But Lane is doing a fantastic job. Pete Golding has another top 15 defense. People, I think, thought without Walter Nolan and Princely and company, they'd be falling off. But the defense looked good. But the whole thing with Ole Miss, it's so hard to figure out, is that Ethan, you have the stat in here. Most total yards, 695. But it's against nobody. And Ole Miss, they're just hard to figure out because I will maintain Ole Miss was the best team in the SEC last year. They just had the worst. They should have been, but their bad was just so unacceptable where you lose to Kentucky at home. But their best, no one could touch them. Like the best version of Ole Miss last year was the best team in the SEC. But they just could not find that gear when they needed it and to get into the playoff. They're a big what if. Like I wonder what that team would have done if they had made it into the college football playoff this past year. They would have, I think, pushed Ohio State a little bit more than Tennessee did. I will say that if they had been the team to go to Columbus. I don't know if they would have won that game, but they would have pushed them. That all being said, Ole Miss to me is super interesting because the offense looks great again. And everyone's just kind of, Ole Miss is like what people think South Carolina is. Where South Carolina, everyone looks at Lenora Sellers, and this is the breakout year. This is a CFP year. They have Dylan Stewart and all this kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. But I trust Lane Kiffin more than I trust Shane Beamer. I trust the Rebs and what they've done over the last 3 to 4 years over what Shane Beamer has done to this point. I think Ole Miss deserves the benefit of the doubt. So if you look at the numbers like FPI, S&P Plus, I was going through it last night. Like Ole Miss, they're right there again. They're top 11 offense and top 11 defense out of the gate. We'll see if that continues, but I think I would put more stock into them and Austin Simmons over South Carolina this year. People are they continue to doubt. I don't know how many 10-win seasons Lane Kiffin has to have at Ole Miss for people to be like, he's pretty good at this.
I would say I agree. The FBI definitely agrees. You would be shocked how much the FBI likes Ole Miss.
Yes.
They were number 4, weren't they?
Yes.
Say what you want about the FBI. They still have Texas number 1. So
yeah, take that with a grain of salt. Where's Bama too?
Take it with a bit of a grain of salt.
Bama fell a little bit, right? Where's Bama right now?
I remember last year Bama was 1 in that thing,
Alabama
after losing us and then Oklahoma, and they're still top 5. I don't believe that thing.
Yeah, Alabama's 13th according to the FBI. And it takes talent.
That feels about right, though.
It just and that's a little bit of what you were saying there is Ole Miss has the talent. It's just, can they win the game that they are supposed to win? That loss against Kentucky is one of the more confounding losses in recent memory to me. And the other thing too, though,
and they were beating Florida, right? Weren't they up on Florida and going in the 4th, and Florida came back and won that one?
You're right. Yes, yeah.
And Dart just, I don't even know what he did.
I mean, Kentucky's coming.
Dart
up this
had a
week.
bad ending.
Kentucky's coming up this week for Ole Miss, and scoff at me all you want. The past 4 matchups, Kentucky Ole Miss have been decided by 3 points or less.
But Ole Miss has won their last 2 trips to Lexington.
The FPI has Ole Miss above Penn State. That's interesting to me.
And the other one that's weird about this, we're not talking about this, USC being 7th.
FPI's a joke.
USC's legit. USC was
above Oregon.
Stop. Why? Why
I
are you doing this?
I think they're fine. It's just number 6 in the entire country right now on the FBI. That blows my mind.
Ole Miss above Penn State is baffling to me.
Yeah.
I think that'd be, if you're on a neutral site game, it'd be closer than I think people
think. What did
think.
they move up to? Where were they to start the season on that thing?
Ooh, I don't know off the top of my head. That's a good question.
Does it show the previous week on there?
I'm
just curious what all these teams moved up. USC couldn't have been anywhere.
They moved up because USC had a big. I mean, did they drop 70 this weekend?
It was 73 to 7 or 73 to 3. They whipped whoever they were playing.
USC is on the move. USC, I mean, obviously the number 1 class here. They hired really well on DC. D'Anton Lynn's one of the best rising young DCs.
Who else are they scared to play?
I mean, they lost by 1 score. They were right there against Notre Dame, who went to the national championship game last year. They pushed Michigan. They
barely lost to Penn State.
Huh?
They barely lost.
That's what I'm saying. They had a lot of 1-score losses. USC played great against great competition last year. So
they also lost a lot off the team, though, right?
I mean, they lost some guys, but they kept a lot of the guys they wanted. I think USC is moving. USC is a power that's coming. USC will be one of the best. I don't know, 5 to 10 teams in college football next year and the year after. 5-star Hassan Longstreet got in a little bit this past weekend. He'll be QB1 most likely going into next year. I think a lot of people have sold their Lincoln Riley and LA stock, and I would not be one of those people. I think they're going to be pretty dang good this year and pretty scary good in the next 2.
All right. Go ahead and shell that ship too. My goodness. You and these coaches you're behind in teams right now.
I don't know. I call balls and strikes here, Brett.
I mean, jump on the team that scored 73 points. You never even mentioned them before the season.
It never came up. We're doing a Tennessee sports radio show here. I'm not just naturally going to bring up, hey guys, you want to talk some Jaden Maeva here in mid-July? It's not really on the docket here. If you ask me personally, though, you can ask one of my good friends, Matt Green, fellow University of North Georgia alumni. He knows. I've been on it for a while.
Okay.
Just depends on who you ask.
Okay. Good luck with that.
Goodness gracious, Ethan. Brett Holander, just always, he's in a great mood. Maybe it's the weather today.
That's what it is.
Maybe it's the rain outside, the storms going on.
I love them.
Do you?
Yeah, I don't mind the storm.
Okay. Well, that's different. You don't mind it, or do you love it? Which one?
I mean, take it or leave it. I mean, I don't know.
Okay.
I'd rather it be sunny if that's what you're asking. But I don't mind the storm that comes through.
Okay.
So this is interesting. ESPN had Ole Miss at 10 in the FPI after week 0, and they jumped all the way
to 4
above Penn State. I mean, they had them at 10. Wow.
After beating mighty Georgia State.
Yeah.
Hey.
Okay.
Shout out to the thirds.
That was a bad thing.
Shout out to the thirds. Branson Robinson over there now. TJ Finley, I think, is the new QB1 down there in Atlanta. His 8th team.
He's at Georgia State, right?
Yeah, I think he just transferred
playing at
again.
Old Turner Field.
Yeah, they do play at Turner Field.
You know something, and this is kind of off topic, but I just wanted to mention it because we're talking about teams that score 70 or that are going up like big early. I remember I was watching Texas. I wasn't watching Texas Tech. I was watching some other game. I can't even remember what it was, and it was late at night. And I looked up and I saw that Texas Tech was up on Arkansas Pine Bluff 49-0 with like 6 minutes left in the second quarter. How does that happen? Like, I understand it's Arkansas Pine Bluff, but that is unbelievable that you're tracking for 100 after a quarter and a half.
Well, Tennessee was doing stuff like
that. They did that against Kent State
last
year. They were up huge, I think, at the midway point of the second quarter.
Yeah.
All that to say, Texas Tech is another one right there with USC, put up big offensive numbers. They're one to look out for in the Big 12. I think they're going to be pretty decent this year.
When we come back, we'll put a bow on this Thursday edition of The Chase. We'll talk some Tennessee football recruiting. JP Shabazz, if you missed it, flips from Tennessee to North Carolina, the 4-star tackle from the state of North Carolina. But we'll talk a little bit about some optimism from Rivals Adam Gorney and what he wrote this week over there on Rivals.com. Stick with us. It's The Chase right here on Fan Run Radio, Fox Sports Knoxville, 105.7 FM, 1340 AM, and always streaming for free on that Fan Run Radio app.
Check out our new and improved website at fanrunradio.com.
Citizens National Bank.
We believe a good game plan is essential for success. With a CNB Plus Perks checking account, you'll save money with cell phone protection, roadside assistance, identity theft protection, and more. Banking at CNB has its perks. Find out more at cnbtn.com.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
It's football time in Tennessee, so crack open a cold beer that doesn't fumble the flavor. Garage Beer is 100% beer-flavored beer. No gimmicks, just cold beer. Built for bonfires, backyards, and beating Bama. Garage Beer is proud to be brewed right here in the Volunteer State. So pick up a 12-pack today and look for the drive celebrating Football Fridays at select Garage Beer headquarters around town this fall. American-owned, Tennessee-brewed Garage Beer. 100% beer-flavored beer.
Ball fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
Running a business, coaching a team, planning your next big event, you need more than just gear. You need SM Athletics and Logo Solutions. Custom uniforms, branded apparel, promotional products, done right, done fast, and built to show off your brand with pride. From local businesses to high schools to major universities, SM Athletics is trusted by winners. Get real service, get real quality, get noticed. SM Athletics and Logo Solutions, where your brand comes to life.
Visit smathletics.com and let's build something great together.
Hey, folks, if you're in need of a lawyer, you need to call my friend Jerry Givens. I've known Jerry since high school and can personally vouch for him. He's East Tennessee through and through, and if you're going through a divorce, bankruptcy, or a DUI case, you'll need someone you can trust on your side to help you navigate the local legal system. You can trust Jerry Givens. Call the law offices of Jerry Givens today at 865-801-9250 to schedule your free consultation. That's 801-9250.
Barley's has live music on weekends, general team trivia on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., and now live sports trivia courtesy of the Knoxville Trivia Guys every Thursday night upstairs. The game starts at 7 p.m. and is free to play for everyone, so head on down to the Old City and show off your sports knowledge and win gift cards to Barley's. Use those gift cards to buy some delicious food and drinks, and you can take it all in with their wide selection of TVs and indoor projectors. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
In a world filled with deadlines and screens, sometimes we forget the simple joys of life, days filled with special moments. At Inward Half, we understand the essence of these moments. Feel the difference between our breathable fabrics and flexible apparel as you disconnect from the hustle and bustle and reconnect with what truly matters. Inward Half, simple luxury for on and off the course.
Whether you are buying or selling a home or even looking for some land to build on and start a family, be sure to give Reed Emerson with Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate Heritage Group a shout. He is a longtime listener and supporter of Fan Run and has been serving the Mid-State for many years. Reed prides himself on his hassle-free and honest approach, and that's because he's not just chasing another commission. He wants what is best for his clients. Give Reed Emerson a call or text him today to get the process started. His number is 931-492-0418, or you can find him online at bhgheritagegroup.com.
White Claw is taking hard seltzer to new heights with White Claw Surge. At 8% alcohol, White Claw Surge is a stronger wave of refreshment that doesn't compromise on taste. Available in 4 bold waves of flavor like ripe blackberry, citrusy blood orange, zesty natural lime, and tart cranberry. Check out your favorite retailer in-store and online for the White Claw Surge Variety 12-pack and 16-ounce single-serve cans. White Claw Surge. Please drink responsibly.
Chase right here on Fan Run Radio, Fox Sports Knoxville, 105.7 FM, 1340 AM, and always streaming for free on that Fan Run Radio app. Ethan Stone of Saturday Down South, and with us here on this fine Thursday afternoon. Hope you guys are staying safe out here in East Tennessee and across Knoxville with this crazy weather, this crazy storm that has taken over here this afternoon. So I hope you guys are staying safe and appreciate you tuning in and listening to us 1 to 3, Monday through Friday, right here on the Chase. Alex Sarkis, Brett Hoolander, also with us here on this Thursday. As we wrap up, this is going to be great for Brett. It was hard on Brett yesterday. It's going to be nice now, Brett. Adam Gorney of Rivals.com wrote a really good piece on Tennessee's run here. This is before JP Shabazz flipped to North Carolina. So we'll see on that front where things go. Tennessee, did they add another tackle in the class just because they lost Kamari or they lost JP Shabazz? We'll see. Time will tell on that front. You still got a couple months to figure that out, but Adam Gorney wrote this, quote, Tennessee currently ranks 8th in team rankings, and if signing day was today, that would mark the highest finish for the Vols since ending up 4th in 2015, Brett. 2015. Only 5 previous times dating back to 2005 has Tennessee finished with a top 10 recruiting class. That alone should put a lot of stuff in perspective where, yeah, you want to continue to get better. You want to continue to push for the Ohio States, the Texases, the Georgias of the world. But part of why you'll never be able to fully catch them is just honestly like part of why we should support preps football here across the state of Tennessee is you want it to continue to grow. You want preps to continue to get better and better and attract more and more big time talent. It's great for Tennessee that Baylor is becoming the kind of juggernaut they are because you have so many Baylor guys in this class. I mean, top 27 running back, David Gabriel George over there in the home state. Like these guys are not all local transferring in to
Osenda's there too, right?
Osenda's there. You have Jamion Theodore, who's the corner.
Not as highly rated, but still another player down there.
Right. Amari Jefferson. We'll see how he turns out. He's a Baylor kid. So Baylor is continuing to put out big time talent. McCallie, you have one in Carson Gentle. McCallie, yeah. All right, Brett.
I mean, you can call him McCallie if you want. That's cute.
Goodness gracious.
I'm sorry.
Can you there needs to be there's a better way of saying, you know how it's like it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
What do you mean say no, Chase, you're completely wrong? Like it's McCauley, not McCallie?
That's somehow worse. You're going the wrong way.
Okay, how would you like me to say that next time?
I think next time you would be like, hey, I don't know for sure. I think it might be McCauley, not McCallie. I think you may have misspoke. Leave it open-ended.
I didn't know. I thought I whispered it. I didn't know I said it out loud.
Alex, what do you think? Did he go about it the right way?
No.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's just, Mr. Thomas, you said that word incorrectly. It should have been McCauley. Is that better?
No.
Okay.
I think with one of those things, you got to make sure that remains as unnoticed as possible.
100%.
That's my personal opinion.
Now we're doing a minute on this
Yeah.
because he threw it out there. Like
I just okay. I try to make it quick as possible.
I don't know about that.
Okay.
TBD.
Continue
on that
this.
I probably just let
stuff.
it slide, but
I know. It's just sometimes you just
We were
mispronounce
getting
words.
along so well in that segment for a second there.
I mean, we were, Brett. But then you're just like Macaulay over here.
Okay.
Macaulay. I'm saying Macaulay.
Okay. There you go.
It took me some time to get Maryville down. Like you gotta.
Yeah, that's true.
You gotta say it several times.
what were you saying, Maryville?
I wasn't doing that egregious. I wasn't going.
That's
like
how
Mary-
I say it.
Yeah. Well, I was saying probably like Maryville. Like you have to gradually start. Like I don't even know how to do. Like it's just something you have to try. It's like one of those things. So you can 100% identify if someone's from Atlanta or not based on how they pronounce the word Atlanta. So if people say I am going to Atlanta, they are not from Atlanta. The way I pronounce Atlanta is literally incorrect because everyone who is from Atlanta pronounces it incorrect.
You don't say the T.
How are you supposed to say it?
Second T.
How you're supposed to is Atlanta. So it's like ATLANUH. If you're from Atlanta, you say Atlanta.
I see.
And it's wrong. Like we're just leaving out a T there, as Ethan pointed out.
Yeah.
But that is how you pronounce it. But if you hear someone who's like, yeah, I'm going to Atlanta later, Atlanta, and they really
I thought people just say I'm going to the ATL.
No one says that. That's another dead giveaway. If you, no one in
people call it the A.
No, I'm sure people are like,
really?
I'm sure people with Tennessee are like, hey, what are you doing this week? I'm going to the game down in the ATL.
Oof.
I call it the A.
That like makes my skin crawl.
Well, the A.
I like
He said
the A. I'd call it the A if I was from there. I'm from the
Peace
A.
up, A-Town down,
A-Town
right?
down.
This is making
Braves double celebration.
This is just making me very uncomfortable. Like Hotlanta was a tough one growing up.
That's a good one.
Oh,
Hotlanta's bad. ATL's better than Hotlanta.
They're all. It's just. It's very.
Speaking of recruiting, we're killing it in the ATL, aren't we? We've gotten some guys out of the, maybe not the immediate Atlanta, but Georgia, I guess I should say.
See, there's no immediate. Here's another thing.
Oh my
ITP,
gosh. I'm trying to
OTP.
get us back on topic a little bit there.
That is. I'm saying that's Atlanta. There's ITP and OTP. I'm building off what you're saying in terms of the
ITP,
Atlanta. Yeah.
What is ITP?
Inside the perimeter.
Okay.
And then there's outside the perimeter.
Okay. I've known that.
All of our Atlanta listeners are just like I love like just this is just part of the deal. And we have a lot of Tennessee Vol fans in Atlanta.
We do.
Not Atlanta. Atlanta is where it's what we say. I think Boston kind of does it wrong, but certain cities they pronounce their city wrong intentionally with their accent, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just one of those things. If you hear somebody say Atlanta, they're from there. They say Atlanta. It's not the same. Knoxville, you can't really do that if you're from Knoxville. You grew up here. Like that's not really one you can enunciate in a different way.
I think you can because I've heard a lot of people. I call it Knoxville, and a lot of people from here call it Knoxville.
Yeah.
It's like one word. I say Knoxville, and a lot of other and like people from here say Knoxville.
Just like Maryville.
It's like
or
Maryville.
Knoxville
Like I
or
think Maryville is weird.
Sevierville.
I think it's Maryville.
Oh,
I would say it Maryville.
this is interesting.
Yeah. Like
now that you're saying that, and like
Yeah.
Sevierville, like that is one of those where they are pronouncing every single word wrong here, and it's right.
It's just the accent.
Yeah, it's just the accent.
I think it's the
just
accent,
They're turning
yeah.
the I into a U.
Yeah.
They're turning the A into a U.
Isn't that interesting how language works across so that's a good dead giveaway. So obviously Alex and I are not from Knoxville
Yeah.
because I say Ville. I 100%
Me
say
too.
Ville.
Yeah.
Interesting. But Brett over there, he says
I don't. I
Knoxville.
mean, I don't even know how to say it sometimes. It just rolls off the tongue. However it comes out, it comes
Where are
out.
you from, Brett?
What?
Where are you from?
Nashville.
Oh, well.
I was born in Nashville, but
I was just setting him up. I wanted to see it like right there, what you said, Knoxville. I mean, you went to Bearden. When did you move here from Nashville?
like when I was 7.
Okay.
So
And you're still not a Titans fan.
no, no.
Okay.
I'm not even sure that we're the Titans.
Were they here yet?
I'm older, so
Yeah.
It's a good question. It was close. Early 90s. You would, yeah, off the top of my head. But the other part of this, Brett, that you have to feel better about, Ethan, we're trying to build up Brett here as we're stepping out into the storm here. Something else he wrote, and I think this is maybe the most interesting part of Tennessee's recruiting strategy. Joel Cumbe, who is a safety 3-star teammate of Braden Rouse over there at Kell, outside the perimeter. OTP. I love that. Hey, you're never going to forget that. You're like, hey, that's going to be, it's a good little Atlanta nugget. But he said, quote, I feel like it's part blue chip and part underrated dogs who all have the same mindset to contribute and win early. I think you're kind of seeing that a little bit this year. Tennessee's got the blue chip guys. David Sanders started right away at right tackle. And then you have Ty Redmond, 3-star dog from Milton, powerhouse, where he won back-to-back state titles along with fellow teammate and Tennessee player Dylan Lewis. He's right there. He's acclimated quickly, and he's going to probably start against ETSU. He had a great opener as a true freshman on the perimeter for Tennessee against a good receiving core for Syracuse, and he was not someone who it felt like the moment was too big for him. He's also played in Mercedes-Benz a couple times because he has been on state title teams at Milton. That's where the state title game is, so he was right at home. And,
I felt like 3 stars, depending on where you're from, are different than 3 stars in different areas. Like a 3-star in Tennessee
is different than a 3-star in Georgia.
Yeah, because you said he played at a powerhouse school.
Yeah.
Maybe they're evaluated differently. I mean, I don't know. You know,
I mean,
something like that. I don't know.
I mean, it's the same with Justin Baker, who's 3-star from Buford. Buford's a powerhouse, obviously, in our area. But then there are some like Jalen Smith, who went to Powerhouse Grayson, linebacker. Yeah. He's now at Mississippi State. Didn't really work out. So he was someone, I think it's more for me, I would say offense, I would lean more towards those kind of guys. I would bet on more of the 3-star Georgia offensive players, just because if you're a 3-star defensive player, like Georgia just being who they are defensively and Kirby, you kind of like Tennessee won a big battle, for instance, this past cycle with Christian Gass. He's from Covington. He went to Eastside. He's a 4-star Leo. Tennessee had to really work to win that battle. It was a Tennessee-Georgia battle. It's a big win for Tennessee. That's one where it's like, hey, when we're battling for those guys, even if they're not a true 5-star or whatever, like those are big wins. Like you should come away, even if you don't see Christian Gass this year. There's the ceiling is very high for Christian Gass at Tennessee. So that's one to just pocket for later. And I think I love that analysis from Joel, and they embrace it, where it's like, yeah, you need your David Sanders, you need your Faison Brandons, you need your Tristan Keys, those plug and play guys. But there is nothing wrong with building and taking those swings on guys that you just really like. Like we were talking about, productive players on good teams and good programs is paying off for Tennessee. So I think you're going to see that in this class as well, because there are several. Zayden Anderson just got that 4-star, but he plays on a powerhouse at Greenville. Like you take a chance on him. Jamian Theodore, 3-star corner, but he's at Baylor and he's getting top-notch coaching from Eric Kimmery and company. Like that also matters. Darrell Rivers, interior 3-star defensive line from McEachern. McEachern just blasted North Cobb this past week. McEachern is a really good football program. They're really good this year in particular. Hey, that's another big win. If you're going to McEachern and you get this kid, like all the guys that they're taking, especially those 3-star guys, they are high upside guys that you take a chance on that you could absolutely see play. Guess what? 3-star Edward Baker. Where did he come from? St. Francis Academy. That's one of the premier programs all across the state. That's where you have big time. The number 1 overall player in this class is Zion Ely. Guess what? He's an edge from St. Francis in Baltimore. So Tennessee has won there. Idris Farouk, played 3-star kid. Guess what? He's starting at Tennessee. He came from a football powerhouse at St. Francis Academy. You look at Braylon Outlaw, 3-star linebacker, the weak link, quote unquote weak link of this 3-man recruiting class from William Inge. Dude is a tackling machine. He is a big time. I was talking to Dale Dowden from Vols on SI last week about him, and he went and saw him up close at Pike Road over there in Alabama. He's a baller. Like he's someone who's just a plug and play type of dude who's just going to force his way onto the field. So it just goes to show that, like, yes, you need a certain amount of blue chip talent. Tennessee is now in the positive range in the blue chip ratio to win a national title, but you still need those guys. You still need those 3-star projection guys, whether they're coming from great programs, your evals are just stronger than what other people are seeing. And you take a chance on those guys. And I like that mix. So I like that Joel Okombe in this class embraces it. And I think Ty Redmond is the latest example that you need both. And Ty Redmond's just a great story. Maybe the best story from week 1.
Yeah. Non-3 just dropped their recruiting budget. So we were number 1, $5.3 million. So you're ahead of BAM at 5.2. And then 3 is Texas A&M at 4.1. So clearly something's going on over there with the recruiting, and it's showing. You're really putting the money into Heupel's pocket and the management or whoever handles the finances over there, and it's showing now. That you're going out and spending money, and I expect it to go up now that you have this Adidas deal, whatever that officially turns out to be. But it's all positive right now. So,
well.
Is that better end to the show for you today?
That's a much better end. I mean, yesterday was hilarious. I enjoyed all of it. I just felt, I was just worried about you and Garrett on the other side of the glass.
We were feeling the same way about y'all. We were just hoping y'all were all right. You and Sylvia.
We were great. Like, who doesn't want to play Kentucky twice in the same season?
You guys are ridiculous.
God.
We already do play Kentucky twice.
I
Basketball.
Mean, should be football too. Who says no?
Oh my God.
That means it's twice they'll beat us.
We were so close. We were so close. That'll do it for this Thursday edition of The Chase. Thank you to Ethan Stone of Saturday Down South. Thank you to Brett Holander. Thank you to Alex Sarkis. Stay with us on Fan Run Radio and Fox Sports Knoxville. The Drive with Russell Smith. Bob Baskerville and the Bear is up next. Chase is back tomorrow with Jack Foster at 1 o'clock. Have a safe and wonderful afternoon, East Tennessee.